Okay, we have the stream up again.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check my phone and see if it's actually coming up. Wonderful.
Oh yeah. Wait, I was wondering why the thing on that Tom Sands server had like a Twitch logo behind. You're streaming on Twitch, right?
YouTube, not Twitch. I don't stream on
Oh,
Twitch.
YouTube is so much better. Good job.
Uh, okay. Wonderful. Okay, now we just wait for a second. But by the way, the thing on the server is I've not changed the server logo in over a year because that logo was
You
supposed to be a temporary logo until I had one made and paid for one to be made. Never did it, and so it's been like that for about
Oh,
since I
somebody
think
scammed you?
no.
Oh,
Hello,
okay.
the Forgotten Gamer. Hello, everybody tuning in. I am Chevrolet. Today we're going to be playing, or not playing. Today we're
Wait,
going to be debating.
fucking on reflexes. Yeah.
Yes, I'm used to saying that. Today we're going to be debating another person. Um, I thank Watchman
Hey.
Jagged over here for
Yeah.
allowing us to debate. Um, Anywho, let's get into it. So, what is your
Well, I
opinion
mean,
on zoophilia within the community?
zoophilia within the community?
How
Like,
how
in
how
in what manner?
how large do you think it is? How many? What percentage in the community do you think it is?
Not are we okay? So I'm preempting something. I think this will turn. You probably agree with the statement that YIF is like zoophilia.
Yes.
So I feel like if we go down this path starting out, we'll eventually get to that fundamental. So I think it'd be smarter to start with that instead if you have anything prepared for that, or do you just want to start from how big do you think zoophilia is,
I'll
like as a
Tom, do I like fish? Not really. Well, actually, I take it back. I love fried tilapia. I'm not Tom though. It says Chevrolet in
tilapia?
the chat for a reason. Anywho, so this is from a website called furscience.com. The
Hmm.
raw average of the percentages is approximately 16.1%. And if we're gonna use the 10 million factor right here, that is 1.6 million or 1.6 million 1,000 or 10,000.
Did you say 16.9%
16.1%.
from First Science?
Yes. That and that's a furry website, so it could be
From
larger.
First. Wait, when you say 16, are you looking at that one First Science thing? That's like, hold on, let me find again. First Science, zoophilia, because I have to remember. I think I remember what you're referencing. Can you send the link really quick? Because I think
Uh,
there's more nuance to that chart.
I might I might have the link. I know it's somewhere in here.
No, I believe you on the statistic. It's just when I read that, if I'm right about what you're talking about, there was a lot more nuance to that chart.
I
So I
don't
just want to check.
I don't have a link to the Zophilia one. I do have a link to a different one though. Yeah. Down with
Sure.
fish.
This might be under it. It was probably like Kinks on First Science, right?
I don't remember.
Uh,
The weighted average of the percentages, considering the sample sizes, is approximately 14.98%. That's almost 1.5 million people.
okay, I found the research thing.
Okay.
I'm just really curious. Okay.
This is relative.
Fetishes, kinks, and philias. That's probably where you're getting these.
Yeah.
The okay. Let me scroll down to zoophilia. Oh yeah, this is what I remember. So when you say zoophilia, um, as for this specific, ooh, it's not in here. Okay, does the graph have like it's saying like the x-axis is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
If I'm correct, yes.
Okay, the issue I have with making a blanket statement like 16.1% identify with the kink of zoophilia is that that's a graph. The x-axis means how would you rate your attraction to like animals sexually on a scale of 1 to 10. So you'll have like a massive swath from 1 to 10. I think the issue is that I don't think that's conducive to zoophilia, and I mean, if you can explain why you think it is, I'd go for it.
Okay. Um, I'm not sure if it's from them asking what is your, like, from 1 to 10, how attracted you are to animals. If I'm correct, they just asked people, um, are you attracted to animals? Yes or no. Or, like, are you a zoophile? Yes or no. Or have you ever had zoophilic thoughts? Because down here, 331 out of 334 male furries in a survey stated they had some sexual motivation for being furries.
I mean, are you talking? Okay, sexual motivation. We'll get to that in a second. Let's stay on zoophilia first.
Yes.
For zoophilia, like when I look, um, the reason I said, did you say 16.9%? Is
16.
because from what I saw was, say, yeah, 16.1, sorry. But the reason I asked that was because on the First Science page, at least the one I had, that was for like, is it zoophilia? How big is the population of zoophiles in the furry community? From First Science said 6.9% identified with that kink. Not even a kink, paraphilia. So, like, I think we're having a. Are you talking about a weighted average of like a bunch of surveys? Because,
The the
well,
the weighted average is 14.98%. The raw average is
oh,
16.1.
on First Science, I've never
Yes.
seen a statistic like that on First Science.
Now, if I'm correct, this is I think this is a study from 2019. It might not be. I'm not sure because when I wrote this, it was January 29th, 2025. So almost a year ago.
I doubt like we could go into like weighted averages or other studies, but as for the First Science survey, like I think we might have to just agree to disagree here, just because when I see the 2019 study on First Science, it says 6.9% at a tier 15, so it's the lowest popularity in the furry community out of like every single kink. And again, it's a paraphilia. Um, I don't like, I'm not seeing this number, nor have I ever seen it from First Science, so you might be talking about another survey.
Possibly. I don't have the link to it though, unfortunately. I don't know
So
why. I don't know why I
don't
didn't
worry
put the
about
link in here like a fucking retard.
don't worry about it.
Um,
Um, well, I, if we do you want to focus on a weighted average or like the well peer-reviewed First Science statistic of 6.9 because that's still sizable. You've a
yeah,
point
sure.
of argumentation from that. Okay. So the issue that I have, like you could say absolutely that furries will have a higher population of zoophiles than, the world population. I think the total world population of zoophiles or people who have engaged in bestiality as a percentage is like 5 to 6%, and furries like at max will have a 1.8% increase over that. Um assuming you don't take like Halo guys weighted averages, which I could discern. But if we would you want to take that number so furries have a 1.5% increase over the world population average for bestiality? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah, sure. And I know why I know why it's almost a 2% increase because
Yeah.
for you know how furries like this is just out of my own studies. Furries love porn. And considering that it's basically just a dog on its hind legs looking kind of like a human, but not really. That really would make people zoophiles because it'll some people, if you watch porn, you'll want to watch more of it, and then when you watch more of it, you'll want to watch more extreme versions of it, and then it it is not extreme enough for you, so that you keep looking for more extreme ways, and then you get to and then you get to furry porn, and then you get to zoophilia. Or like
Well,
furries, a lot of furries watch furry porn, and then it's not extreme enough, so they just go right to zoophilia.
well, there's three big topics you brought up there that we could each have individual like argumentaries on, but I think we can focus if it's okay, like for me to focus on the size of the zoophile population in the furry community for a second.
Hmm.
Um, so I will admit um no, I have nothing to concede, never mind. But like with the furry community having a 2% increase, I think we can both under I think it's lesser so that the furry community will produce zoophiles more less than it attracts them, if you know what I mean. Because I mean, let's think about it from the zoophiles perspective. It's a massive community that for a big part like is a big porn community with a ton of artists and they have a lot of animal features in the art, yes, in the YIF, um and then you'll be having those zoophiles and they'll look at it and they'll go, oh, okay, these people are somewhat like me, this guy below me has a similar experience, so they'll go and like fuck with it or whatever and they'll join like furry Discord servers. But I think where we get to a draw is where no, I don't know why I said that. Where we have an issue is the fact that whenever a zoophile is uncovered in the furry community, like I'm deep, yeah, basically every at least known furry, even in local communities, that has come out of as a zoophile, or rather got exposed as a zoophile, has been absolutely trashed by the furry community, if you know what I mean. Like, as we saw with Kiro, he got doxxed by a bunch of furries. So much
Right.
happened to Sappho. It, the furry community itself, like, I can recognize that absolutely the furry community is going to have a higher percentage of zoophiles, but I think that's literally unstoppable with what the furry community pertains to in terms of content. I don't think it produces zoophiles, and we'll get into that in a second. And to conclude, um, it takes care of those zoophiles. Obviously not in terms of like it takes care of them, but like it makes them disappear from the furry community. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, did not mean to do that. Whoops. Now, if the furry community attracts more zoophiles, and at least in my experiences, I've had zoophiles try to get me to do things. If you get what I mean. And considering that, why do we still say the furry fandom's safe for children? Because of course it attracts more pedophiles, it attracts more zoophiles.
Doesn't
The
attract
fur-
more pedophiles. I'll hop on that first. It has a percentage rate that's coincident with the world percentage rate of pedophiles. But go on.
um and not only that, but it's also the furry community is filled with porn to the brim. In fact, both of the most famous furry sites have porn in them. The second most famous one is an adult mainly an adult website that has child porn on it and bestiality on it, and feral, which is just bestiality. Um, and then the first most famous one does have some porn on it too, which is absolutely disgusting. And considering that people still say it's safe for kids, and that kids can join, they'll be fine. They can't because you'll get exposed to that stuff. The most popular furry servers have porn in them. The most popular furry Discord server actually has a porn section. Now, yes, it is it does require ID verification, which I'm happy about. But
In most of the big furry communities, by the no, basically all of them except for the small local communities, but go on.
right, but you can still fake an ID. I could take my dad's ID out of his wallet right now and get
Yeah.
into that. And
Mhm.
kids are going to do that because, well, young kids are, they're going to be teenagers, and it's not safe for children. I wouldn't have as much as a problem with it if it didn't have so many zoophiles in it. It didn't have so much porn in it. It didn't have so many weirdos in it, and it didn't. It didn't.
6.9%, 2% over the world average isn't that massive, so we don't need
Well,
to exaggerate it. But
if
okay,
we're
go
gonna
on.
if we're gonna do the 6.9% out of, let's just do the 10 million factor again. That's still 690,000.
Yeah, but also 5% of the world population is like a fucking gorbillion, I don't know. But let's go on.
Um, and sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Don't worry. You were on like it's not safe for kids. They can
Oh,
fake an ID.
yeah, and if a kid does that, then like I used to be a furry. I used to be addicted to that type of shit. Changed all that. And actually, it does remind me, the most popular furry game changed is a fetish game. It
I
is. It is a fetish game that involves a childlike looking main protagonist.
um Okay, so I think I can talk on this all pretty succinctly. I agree with you, E621 shouldn't have pages for cub or zoophilia. I don't think that makes furry zoophile like I mean, let's get into the for zoophilia talk later, but I don't think E621 having zoophilia tags means that it correlates furries to it. It's just really fucking poor moderation, and the leaders of that site are horrifying, in my opinion. I agree with you. I think E621 should be boycotted, but like people, like the thing is, a lot of sites have shit like that. We can see a lot of stuff like that on like X videos. Generally, people don't care. Let's be honest, even normal people. Like, on X videos, you have like Lolly on Pornhub, you also have Lolly. People who use those sites don't give enough of a shit about like, oh, this is my favorite porn site. Oh my gosh,
Two wrongs
to
doesn't make a
go and
right.
fucking um. Besides that, the what?
Two wrongs
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
make a right.
I What do you mean? I agree.
Yep.
I agree. I'm just making a point
Right.
that because furries don't boycott, that means they're accepting of zoophilia. I'm just saying that people in general, oh my God, brain, uh, um, people in general, oh holy shit, people in general don't give a shit. Besides that, you touched on like it not being safe for kids, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I can agree to a degree. Uh, I think though you're pinning the responsibility on the wrong group. It should be the parents' prerogative and the site's prerogative, like Discord. It should be a fucking every porn site's prerogative to deal with this, not the furry community. If like somebody's gonna enter the furry community, the parents should have enough of a watchful eye over their kid and their internet. And I get that parents aren't technically versed, but what I'm gonna say is it shouldn't be the responsibility of such a massive and diverse group to take care of the fucking kids that come from dumbass parents' family, um, in terms of like what they view online. You can't just make that that would th- that's where stuff like COPPA comes from, which is one of the most infamously bad like policies for protecting kids ever. That's where stuff like YouTube Kids comes from, where insane shit gets on there. It should be the parents that are educated and they're monitoring this. It should be the government, or not the government, the companies surrounding it being regulated by the government so that they're actually watchful
It's hard to.
over who I get that, but
It's
it's not the what I'm saying is it's not the community's fault if like some kid who wants to view weird shit gets his parents' IDs and fakes that shit. That is not anybody in the community's fault. They've done the best they can, other than completely removing porn for people who are like say they're straight up like adults. Like you're not gonna do that to people with IDs
but
because the only way that you can possibly stop kids from doing that, and also IDs actually work a lot of the time because it takes a shit ton of effort if your parents have any form of like possessiveness about, their driver's licenses to not have that happen. Go on.
now you said it's the parents' fault. Now kids are sneaky, as we all know. I mean, let's admit, kids are extremely fucking sneaky.
Yeah, I'm
What if
15. You should have seen what I did online. Yeah.
and kids want to access things, and telling your parents you're furry for a lot of people is like telling your parents you're gay,
Yeah, absolutely.
and so their parents won't know they're furry. And mine, of course, say my dad leaves his wallet on the counter, and I steal his ID out of his wallet, use it, and then put it back. How's he supposed to monitor that? He put his wallet on the counter or on the fridge like he usually does, and trust me, at that point is at that point it's the kid's fault. And I don't think it ever really is the parents' fault unless the parents are
Yeah,
enabling
it's
their
the kid and
child.
the parents' fault. I agree.
Because if the parent doesn't know that their kid is doing any of that, like, of course, you can get stuff like Verizon Family Comparison, which is a fucking hellhole because it
Mhm.
tracks everything you search up, which my phone used to have it. But you can just bypass that with a VPN, since
Yeah.
Verizon Family Comparison is a VPN, and like all the other
And
stuff that
then it
install.
turns into the kid's fault that they're able to access what they have. Because look at it this way, like the parents are doing everything they can, right? And they make a small mistake sometimes, and their kid will find out how to bypass it or like steal their driver's license. Um, I I don't see where we're disagreeing on this though, because it seems like you're saying it's not the community's fault, or maybe you were getting there.
It's okay. It's the community's fault when it's not ID verified, which most sites like E621, X, those sites. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say them because I could have underage people watching my streams right now, and I don't want to give people
You,
the names
you
to
just
fucking
said the
sites.
name.
Well, yeah, everyone knows what E621. Everyone in the
Yeah,
anti-fur
that's
community
fair.
knows about it. And like E621 does not have ID verification. As soon as you open it, you're hit with porn.
Hello. Yeah.
And so, therefore, that's the community's fault. E621 is the community's fault. E621, I actually had a screenshot of it in one of my community tabs. Let me check that. Or, well, Tom's community
I mean,
tabs.
yeah, I've been on the site. I know what it says. Are you 18 or above? Yes, I'm 18. Hello, internet. Um, do I think it's the community's fault? Okay. So there are two things I'm gonna say on this. Again, you're right. Two wrongs don't make a right. But I wouldn't put the blame on every US citizen for the fact that, for example, like Pornhub isn't ID verified in most states. In states that require ID verification, E621 actually abides by that. But otherwise, outside of that, there is no ID verification for any porn site as far as I can see. And they do that betting on teenagers. Let's be honest. Xvideos expects a number of its base to be like horny teenagers because that's what they're known for. Um,
But
Besides that, um, I think that's a fault of the companies, not specifically the people using the sites. I think if we wanted to, absolutely, like people who cared enough, who not even cared enough, but like people who wanted to could absolutely like boycott Pornhub, but nobody does that. It's usually the government that steps in and fixes these kinds of things. I wouldn't blame it on the community, it's just what I'm saying. Besides that, like, even then, we get into an issue because if somebody manages to get to E621 site, that just means that the parents weren't diligent enough because E621, like, by proxy of being an 18 plus site, if you're using screen time or something on your kid's phone, like Safe Search,
Hold
then they
please.
won't be able to access that. They no shot. It's not allowed. It's blacklisted. So it's like Pornhub X videos. The moment that a kid bypasses that, that's either or both the parent or the kid's fault. I don't think you can ever lie that on the community. At most, you could lie part of it on the companies, but there are hard blockers that could exist in place with and even then, like kids are then gonna bypass it with ID. So if you're gonna say that's the community's fault, then literally all that any porn site can do is take itself down as a whole,
Right.
which the US, like, I think adults should be able to access what's not illegal. Um, we everybody has differing opinions on porn, but like,
Porn is harmful. I'm gonna say it right now. Porn is extremely harmful,
so have
especially especially for young children.
are we at a point where we're like at it? Or do you think that porn should be completely banned, like
I think
across the US in general?
I think
Because
that
that's the only
every
place you could go from here.
I think that every porn site should have. I think that every porn site should have ID verification for it, including but not limited to E621, the that the hub, and a bunch of other places.
Agree.
Now, of course, furries are going to complain if that happens because, well, a
A
lot
lot
of
of them are minors.
yep, and a lot of people that watch their porn are minors, which is another reason why so many people are furries is because of the porn. Um,
Um, it's actually like I looked at what you're probably referencing, which is that first sense motivations thing. It ranks as I don't even think it's in like I'll have to recheck, but I don't think it's anywhere near like even the 80th percent. I mean, 10th, 20th percentile.
well,
But
another thing is one of the largest furry YouTubers, Beta Ada Delota, has
yeah,
made extremely suggestive photo or video thumbnails.
yeah.
So I'll be able to find them in a second, I think. He might have deleted them because he caught shit for it. Here it is. There's one of them. One of his protege memes has a protege getting fucked in the ass by a USB-C. That is one of them, with
Is it?
548,000 views.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look now, you'll see like thumbnails like this. Like, I'm gonna send it to you.
Well, the
Like,
problem is
the
is that
like,
they popularize these things. They support these things. And it's like Kira the,
yeah,
and like that. If you, if you look, if I'm correct, Kira the Wolf was either the largest furry YouTuber or
yeah, and he got
largest.
outed for furry sadism, right?
No,
Or
he was
animal
into
sadist.
zoophilia. He was a pedophile. He was a porn maker. He showed people videos. He was in a group of like 20, him and 20 other furries, and he had a group of him fucking a dead animal, and I think he fucked his dead cat in the mouth too, if I'm correct, which is new levels of fucked up that should be absolutely he should be hung for. I would like to see that man on a fucking rope today.
Agree.
And so, I'm pretty sure he's out of prison though. I don't know.
That'd be surprising. Not
and
really. The U.S. is pretty lax with sex. Yeah,
and
go on.
and the problem is not many people talk about Cure the Wolf. Why? Because it just shows them how unsafe it is. If we search
It's
up,
kind of wait. It was the biggest furry news at the time it happened.
it's just died down because people don't care about it anymore. Because why
No,
would
no,
they?
EDP died out. People don't really talk about him. Like they'll make passing jokes sometimes. It's the same thing in the furry community. Like I I don't see the point with that.
You just if you search up furry memes, you'll see extremely suggestive ones, such as
Yeah,
that one
of
right there.
course.
Leap. Let's see.
And I mean, we get to something there where it's like we we have to look at the fact that a lot of the humor on the internet, I guess, is very suggestive. And I'm not saying like two wrongs make a right. I think that these should be like limited to like 15 plus YouTube accounts, if you know what I mean. But like I think that we it's just kind of a mainstay and you probably have issues with suggestive like jokes and culture as a whole though, even outside of the furry community, right? Like in straight communities too and stuff.
To a point, I'm extremely against gay jokes for my own reasons. But in real life, I'm
Well,
not particularly against suggestive jokes if they're with an appropriate audience. But considering that furries usually make them either in front of minors or at the worst times possible.
wait, aren't you yourself like a minor? If you're hearing those jokes in real life, you are a minor.
Yes, but it's just with my dad. That is fine if it's not complete. If it's hold on, if it's not porn jokes, then in real life, if it's with the appropriate audience, it's fine. But if it's
What does
porn
not
jokes,
porn jokes mean?
basically, if you're talking about like fucking a woman, that's porn jokes. But if you're just making, I can't really describe a suggestive joke. I can't think of one off the top of my head. However, do what?
I'm just like the jokes that I hear that are like suggestive in real life is when people are like, "Oh, be careful, bro, I'm gonna rape you," like in straight circles as like a joke.
Of
But
course,
that's like,
people are gonna say those jokes because a lot of people find them funny. Uh, I do actually tell my buddy that it's funny, but
yeah,
that's at the right time and in front of people I actually
right
know,
time.
not just other minors. Well, of course we are minors, but not in
Well,
front of minors that don't know or like or
I mean,
you're not directing the joke towards or shit like that.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but also like if you make a joke like that at your school, people who aren't related to it will hear it. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is like I first of all, I'm gonna clarify that I don't have an issue if somebody makes suggestive jokes, or even if you view porn if you're over the age of 14, because I think it's a massive like it's just a massive phase of every teenager's life from even like you go back to the fucking 70s, people were like stealing or what were those Playboys and jerking off to it. Like I don't see it as that weird or even that bad. Like all generations have usually been pretty normal even with the influx of that kind of content being more available through the internet. And I mean, we can get to is porn bad in a bit, but I guess what I wanted to say is like, it's I just have an issue with it, like the statement that you can't make suggestive jokes because that's a pretty mainstay thing in a lot of teenage culture. Like even like with me and my friend group, or even like we'll be making jokes at school, people are just going to hear it. If somebody clicks on these things, they're going to watch the video and like it's their choice to like or dislike. do you have an issue with it because you think people will like get led into porn through this? Because I guarantee most teenagers who are seeing this content on their feed are already into that.
If it's in just a random Discord server and furries keep making those jokes, then yes, I have a problem with it. Because, then it's allowing that shit to be put in people's minds. But if it's just a regular joke here and there, and it's real life, then no, that's fine. Because you're
Well,
with the appropriate audience and that kind of stuff.
I mean, that's the like division between is it funny or unfunny. I mean, if somebody's constantly making sex jokes, they're unfunny. That's just a fact. Like you're not making anything clever there. Um, but like I don't see I'm just, I guess what I want to say is I just don't see a massive issue with it. You even see this kind of like display of constant like shit in your suggestive stuff in your face in like straight circles. Like if we look at the fucking diversification of uh like baddies, like bad Latinos, like bad Asian baddies, and they're in fucking TikTok constantly shaking their tits at the fucking straight guys watching who are also teenagers. Like, you see this everywhere. It's not just the furry community.
Right. But,
You know what I'm saying?
yes, I see what you're saying. However, the furry community is one of the largest producers of that type of content. If I'm
Porn.
correct, it goes of course, real life, hentai, and then furries.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And I would
That's true.
and I would consider the people that watch furry porn zoophiles because, well, it's zoophilic for many reasons.
So I think here we're gonna get into like, are we gonna? This is like the is porn bad area. Do you want to start with is porn in general bad or is furry porn zoophilia? I think we should start with is furry porn zoophilia just so that we can like maybe have a compromise something and be able to agree further on the last one.
Yeah, sure, why not? So do you believe furry porn is zoophilic? Are you there?
Sorry, I had to mute. What?
Do you believe furry porn is zoophilic?
No.
Okay, why not?
Nor do I think it leads to it. Okay. The reason I don't is because I so you're gonna argue that NSFW anthropomorphic art displays behavior and anatomy adjacent to animals, then the sex appeal must lean more into animal than human because they could just jerk off to like Pornhub, right? Is that what you're gonna say?
To a point. What I Now why I believe it's zoophilic is because one, it has every feature nearby of an animal. It has the legs of an animal, knees of an animal, legs or feet of an animal, snout of an animal usually, paws of an animal, genitalia of an animal, and tails of an animal, fur of an animal, stuff like that. And if if we're gonna say it's not zoophilic, then why do you find such a sexual attraction to shit that looks like a dog standing on its hind legs?
Well, I'll tell you. Um, so, sorry, I was chewing. Um, in in my opinion, that's like in reality, all of these like animal flourishes you'll see on these anthropomorphic. Now I can agree with you on feral. I think that people who view feral are like they are close to the disposition of being a zoophile
There's
just
some,
because it's straight up fucking animals. I
there's
don't think they're like full zoophiles yet, just IMO, but like I think they shouldn't be talked to or allowed. And that's why r slash feral actually got banned off Reddit and my friend needs to shut the fuck up. I'm doing something, shut up. Okay. Um and sorry, I got confused. Oh yeah. all of the animal flourishes you're mentioning will usually mask on top of a very human form and social context. Like, I see what you're saying with digitigrade, like that's a mainstay of the anime and holy shit, anatomy. Um, but they with all the furry characters that are like non-feral, they walk upright, they keep human torso to leg proportions that don't exist in animals. A real dog, fox, or cat, any animal would have a horizontal spine. They'd have digitigrade legs, or well, a lot of the furry characters do, but like they wouldn't have the same proportions as humans, obviously, because they're fucking animals. They would have no definition for the waist. They'd have a different center of gravity. Furry art also has opposable thumbed hands. Um, some of the time, even with paws, because they'll like add that shit on just for the I don't even know why. Like you'll see it on a lot of them, maybe not all of them though. Um, that even when having paws, so some of the time they're more like styled gloves because of how they actually function in the art. Again, with the thumbs, fur covered faces, like the ones you're talking about, or maybe you didn't mention them, they still have brow movement, they still have lip shapes, right? They still have eye whites. That's all connected to human sociality, like emotion.
If it
Dogs.
if it is more like a human, then why do they want to see a furred why do they want to see a furred beast get fucked in the ass or fuck someone?
Well, why? Uh, I think it's just about. Is that like your I'm just asking, is that like a mainstay argument for you? Why? So, can you explain your line of thought there?
If someone's going to want to see something that people want to define as more human than animal get fucked or be fucked, then why not just watch regular humans do that? Why watch an animal looking being getting fucked?
Okay. Um, sorry, let me chew this. I'm hungry. Um, oh fuck. This is a chewy bit. Oh wow. Okay. So, for me, the reason I think that's true is this is just me spitballing and you can, refute it. But a lot of furries create a persona or they might create their like OC, um, like their own species that isn't even linked to a species we know of. But besides that, like a lot of them create a persona that's perhaps more engaged with feelings they don't have in real life, like in daily life. And I think it's a form of like escape from their human life. I think that's what most of like furries on the internet do it kind of for. It's very linked to escaping. Some
So
research,
so they
like
so
I saw from First Science, that a big portion of furries don't find arousal from the as much the animal sense. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused, but from the anthropomorphic animals, which I get you're also gonna say anthropomorphic what animals, so I'll get into that. Um, um, for the most part. Also, because it was created for by furries, there's a big sense of community and belonging that comes with engaging in like the anthropomorphism that we see in the furry community. So, I guess if I want to be more concise without caveats, um, the anthropomorphic animal thing is more like a fantasy or escape and it'll blend human traits and animal traits to make like a fantasy character. And I think that the reason they do this is because it has an identity, it has like aesthetics that pure human porn could never really tap into, not even hentai, because just like it's again like humans with like you can't really do a lot with I don't even know how to I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty, but I hope you can see what I mean. Um, if someone's persona, like they usually use it for self-expression, then erotic content that would have that type of character would be just more fantastical than normal porn. Like, I get what you're saying. Why don't they just watch human porn? I literally just think it's fantasy, and I think we can see that by the percent of furries that actually feel zoophilic urges. And once again, anthropomorphic animals are extremely, extremely far removed from actual animals. Like, fucking, I, um, it, it's generally just like they have so much different like mainline anatomy and like center sociality and personality that I don't think you can really link it like that. You can say something. Sorry for talking for so long.
All good. Now if we're gonna use this, I'm gonna go off my Jack Russell. My Jack Russell is extremely expressive and kind of expresses his feelings like a human to a point. I have photos of him doing that stupid shit. Um, and going off track, sorry. And fuck me, hold on.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Just a second. Trying to retain my thought process. Um, okay, so I'll go off the dog. I'll go off the furries have jobs, that kind of shit right now. Dogs have jobs. Dogs have bomb sniffing jobs, police jobs. Dogs have a bunch of jobs. So the jobs thing is incoherent.
Is
Cause
it really? I mean, it I I'm not I think getting into like the animals do these things too is kind of a little. I'm sorry for interrupting you, by the way. I just
no,
want you to
you're
touch on
fine.
this because if you go down this route, it's just going to be the exact same thing that I'm going to say, so I'm just going to say it now so you can go off this instead of going off this later. But like if you're saying animals can have like human-like gestures sometimes, animals can have jobs, like some are police dogs. Like I get what you're saying, like they can have some kind of sociality that's I guess kind of human-like, but I think we can both absolutely agree that like stuff like in every fucking furry animatic, like they're talking, not everyone, sorry, but like there's dialogue in a lot of these. Like there is fucking facial movement that dogs could never have. Even the facial anatomy is like restructured. um Besides from that, like they have massive, a lot of these animations have very expressive eyes, which dogs, let's be honest, don't have. Again, if we're going purely off dogs, they can fit social roles in society that all animals obviously can't do either. Like there's just so much more expression that's again linked to the historical aspect of anthropomorphism, where it's inextricably linked from humans, linked to humans socially. I guess that's it though. I don't think you can draw any comparison to animal sociality.
Not particularly. I'm trying to find a photo I have of something because well, dogs actually can communicate very well through their eyes. No, dogs can't talk like a human, but dogs still bark. And they can still talk in I guess whatever the fuck their language is. um, Of course, their facial structure is not the exact same, but they keep the same properties like a snout,
Mm.
tongue, teeth, and ears, that kind of shit. Mainly, the only thing that's restructured is the eyes, and
The
sometimes the mouth.
and furry animations?
Yeah, sure. Don't.
No, the entire body is like proportion center of gravity. They walk upright. The proportions are way off. They have a shit ton of human traits. A lot of them actually have like human hands and fingers. Sorry, go on.
Uh, I'm going to figure this out for myself real quick. Hold on.
No worries. Yum yum yum. I love rice. Oh,
If we, oh my god, why the hell is there so much fucking... Oh my god, I might actually just get banned off YouTube for what the fuck kind of ad was that? Why is there a porn ad on my fucking YouTube homepage? Why?
that is great.
We're reloading this tab.
Is it like the Kingdom RP? This is the best roleplay game ever made.
I don't know, it's just a shit ton of nude women.
Oh wow. I've
Uh,
never seen that on YouTube. Nice.
it had boxes over it, but it was still fucking nude women.
Jeez.
I don't think... Okay, I'm gonna be dead honest, so I don't think predator porn is zoophilic, because it doesn't really look like an animal. That's one thing I don't think is zoophilic.
Yeah, it's like completely fantastical at that point.
Uh, just go.
Um,
I can't stand looking at this shit, bro. Fucking VR furries. Oh my god. Oh well, I just realized that's a suggestive ass thumbnail. Oh my god. Notices bulge. Okay. Let's just.
that was an. To be fair, that was an internet. That was like a massive internet meme. That wasn't only in furry communities. That was in femboy community. That was went all over the place.
It still is wrong.
Okay.
Okay. In my opinion, it is. Um. Now I took a screenshot of his face. If we're gonna look at it, really the only things that have changed about him are, yes, he has glasses, his eyes are bigger, and his face is wider, and he
He
has a less noticeable chin.
His pectoral muscles, biceps, human.
I'm
He has an opposable thumb. His proportions are apt to humans. He has a V-shaped defined waist. I mean, to me, like the furry stuff is, in my opinion, just the same thing as like you draw a normal human, but then you add on like a snout and ears and shit to it. Like that's kind of how, or paws, or like digitigrade legs. Like I feel like it's just customizing a human form. That's kind of where my philosophy on it comes down to, because it's so fundamentally human that I can't really remove it from that.
okay. So what I was trying to mean there was I was talking about the face and only the face. I didn't specify that, but I was meaning only the face. Yes, he has pectoral muscles, opposable thumbs, that kind of shit. But if we look at the face, really and truly, it looks more like a dog than a human. His snout is wider,
Yeah.
he has a more non-noticeable chin, and his eyes are bigger. But really and truly, it looks like a dog. The face looks more like a dog. Because if we just go, what kind of dog tell? We're just gonna do.
I totally understand what you're saying. Like, absolutely. Like, if you look at my profile, like, that's obviously based off a dog. Um,
That
the
is the
issue.
that is the worst representation I've ever had. Let me not do a fucking golden retriever or
Uh-uh.
Labrador. What do I want to do? Oh, it's my dog breed. Oh, I love these dogs.
I love him. What?
Fucking love Dobermans. I have a European bred Doberman female.
Doberman?
Europe Doberman Pinscher.
Dude, Dobermans and pit bulls and German shepherds are so fucking base.
I love him. She's a loyal
So,
dog.
so are huskies some of the time, but they're low-key bitches.
European. The let me do. That's what my dog looks like right there, you guys. By the way, except she has a little nub as a tail. So fucking cute. I have pictures of her.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Don't they clip Doberman's tails?
A lot of the time, yeah. I don't know why, but yeah. I think it's just to make him look
It's
cuter.
Yeah, it's I honestly hate that because like tails in dogs are linked to their spinal cord, so I low-key think it's kind of evil, but like there's no stopping that really, so that's
Well,
just how it is.
it's not really hurting them because yes, you're removing part of the tail, but it's not really gonna hurt the dog.
I see.
It might hurt for like a day because it'll be sore because you just got.
The day I lost a body part, guys. I'll be out of work for a week, maybe.
That is my. I know we're getting way off subject here. I'll get back on the subject in a second, guys. Let me show this guy the video of my two dogs. By the way, the thing in the background is a chainsaw.
That's a husky attacking me.
You can tell at least with that one dog how he's happy, sad. The Jack Russell is extremely expressible, like a fucking human nearby.
Yeah, like I've seen dogs smiling before. But
Smiling
also,
dog.
yeah, Smile Dog Dog Eats. That husky looks exactly like Smile Dog. It's kind of off topic, but I want to show you the image before I go on that because it's actually really funny how close he looks to the OG Smile Dog image.
That's
Look at
actually
what I said.
really, it's actually really unnerving.
I know. Um, so I think we went over this. Like, also, your dog's eyes are black. It doesn't have eyebrows. It doesn't have nearly the same facial expression capability as any human, because humans have like 80 face muscles, and sorry,
Honestly,
burps. Furry artists match that level of facial customization.
let me.
Again, I get what you're saying with like expression, but I'm having an issue where it's like these furry faces can be so far removed from animals, even though they have like the mainstays of a snout, and that, and also still they have the fundamental body of a human, no matter what you do. Even if you had digitigrade legs, like if you have the same center of gravity, you walk upright, you have the same proportions and similar muscles on you because, they're drawing the anatomy based off a human with some changes of the body. I'm just like not seeing the argument to, and we might just have to agree to disagree on this point because I don't know if we're gonna get anywhere with this.
Possibly. Before someone said, no, don't ban him. No one, he didn't do anything wrong, by the way. Don't ban him out of my chat. Pan or El Master Azizia, El Master Azizia, I butchered the shit out of that. Said, Chevy, you still a furry? No, I'm not. It's kind of comical, but no, I'm not. And then this guy said,
It's funny.
is this guy a furry? That would be a fucking yes.
With who? Me?
Someone said bro's a furry. I doubt that. I'm not. Why do you think I'm called the Chevrolet The Anti-Furry? It's in my name.
Sir, you're kind of retarded. Okay, what were you saying?
Anywho. Let's see, we covered porn.
I don't know if I can say that word if you're streaming on YouTube. Okay, I'll pray for you.
The amount of times I've said that word on stream are fucking wild.
Okay, maybe it's fine then.
What is your... You sound guilty, Chevy. You're literally a... Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that right now.
You're getting rage baited so hard.
I reckon people love to rage bait me, especially this one pedophile.
You'll never escape it, Chevrolet. No matter what you do, you'll always have the fucking paw print on you. You're never going out.
I reckon. But wait, you can. Sorry, I had to do something in my chair. But what is your opinion on because the furry fandom was founded and it got popularized by a comic. The comic, I just had the comic up. I forgot. I just exited that shit out like a fucking dumbass. L Master, as you said, 13-year-old behavior. I'm well above 13. Let me just say that right now, and I probably know how to drive more shit than you. Come back to me when you learn how to drive a fucking John Deere combine. All right.
I love how you're debating a furry, but you have to argue with your own group right now.
I think this guy's a furry. I'm pretty sure the guy's a furry. That's fucking.
He might. Yo,
Uh,
Elmas said that's based rage baiting. Good job. He low key is a furry. He showed me his furry. I'm joking about that.
I
Okay,
have
I'm
rage baited
joking.
people into thinking I'm a furry though. I did do a thing in my server a couple months ago that people still think I am one for. I acted like a furry for like an hour and then I was like, yeah, no, fuck this. This is stupid. I couldn't keep the rage bait up, bro. It was fucking stupid.
Oh, I remember. Like, I have to give it to you, give it to those people at least. Like, they're much less reactive if you, like, come out as something like that than the left is. Like, I remember being in a left-leaning friend group and I trolled them by becoming MAGA for, like, a day. By the way, I think MAGA is ultra retarded, but that's a debate for another day. But then, like, I said, guys, I'm coming out. Okay, I'm mega, and I changed my I changed my profile to the fucking Daniel Larson saying, God hit
Oh
the
my god.
Donald Trump hit this guy's house with a meteor, um, and I just trolled them by becoming Christian, and I almost got excommunicated from my group chat. Uh,
I can't stand leftists and people like that. I can't fucking stand those people. I'm be completely honest. People that are so fucking reactive of God forbid I support Trump nowadays. God forbid I do. But God forbid I do. I'm called a racist, a Nazi, a homophobe. Um
well, this is again a debate for another
yeah.
day, but I think Trump's a pretty fascist in my opinion. But that's
That is
something for conversation.
that is definitely another debate for another day.
Yeah, because that's a whole fucking like political can of worms.
Someone said free Palestine. We're not arguing fucking politics in
Bro,
my chat. We can argue about me being
why
a
are we talking about Palestine? Come on, bro. It's like the fucking free Palestiners that show up to fucking like Kamala Harris talks and start yelling at her to free Palestine when she's not even president. I
it's
don't
fucking
get
retarded.
it.
Inventi, congratulations, you have earned yourself a 5 minute timeout. Have a good day. There you go. What's the definition of fascist? Someone, cool kid, 515 Texas asked, what
You
is the
asking?
definition of fascist? Just do a Google search. Um,
I think is he asking me that?
I guess I don't know. Um, I gotta admit, the people that say fucking free Palestine, I can't say this on YouTube.
They annoy me a little bit. But
Um,
also, like, if you look at it, we're getting, actually, if I keep going down this tangent, we'll have a conversation about something that's completely disconnected from the main, so I won't. But to answer your question, a fascist is it's just depends on how you use these roles, but usually it's somebody who's very ultra because fascist doesn't have like
fascist,
liberalism is liberalism can be linked to like capitalism, okay? Like all of these things can be linked to economic systems, like communism can be linked to socialism. We can't link fascism to any specific economic system because it's more of like a decentralized movement, so it's more of like if you believe in the primacy of like a nation or people, like usually it's ethnic or you're nationally superior to everybody around you that isn't exactly like you. And you have an authoritarian leadership that leans to authoritarianism. You suppress opposition, you're militarist, and you believe that struggle like produces the best population called social Darwinism, and you're very anti-liberal, anti-communist, anti-conservative in certain ways, then
we
you're
should be
usually a
anti-communist.
fascist.
We should be anti-communist.
Yeah, I agree. Communists are cucked, but I'm a social democrat, which is like a proto version of that, but it's less retarded
I
because
wouldn't
communists stupid.
I wouldn't call myself a far right, but I would definitely call myself I would definitely call myself a conservative, a large scale conservative. Um,
Hmm.
but there's a term for fascism. As I've looked at it, I did actually a little bit of studying today because people just someone called me a fucking terrorist because I defended an ICE agent that pulled a gun on a woman because she about ran them the fuck over. Um, Terrible mother, by the way. Terrible fucking mother. Should have slapped the shit out of that
I
person.
disagree heavily. I think that the ICE deportations are, even when they're not violating an amendments like we've seen numerous. Actually, in my opinion, every ICE deportation these days is violating an amendment because it violates the amendment of any person on U.S. grounds to due process, because it almost never goes to like an immigration court. So I think every one of it is every deportation we have right now is anti-constitutional, but we're not gonna get into that right now, I guess.
Oh, but funny thing, my dad was gonna work for ICE. Um, but
I was one of the Los Angelinos who threw rocks at ICE cars.
I hope you're joking.
No.
Um, Now people that do that are committing a federal crime, and will or
Yeah.
should get arrested. Like
Mm,
people that interfere with ICE arresting other people should and will get arrested because you're
I don't.
interfering with federal activities.
I don't think that the U.S. government has the right to prosecute people for that if they're not willing to prosecute their own people for January 6th, which was one of the biggest interruptions of like a federal proceeding in history, or it was the biggest. It stopped a vote for like at least half a day, like an official presidential vote, by the way, with violent people coming into the place, and then Trump pardoned all 1,600 that got arrested for actually, they weren't arrested for January 6th, they weren't thrown in prison for being at January 6th. Those people were arrested for breaking in, which is like people who, like the Proud Boys, who were the first people to call any violent shots by throwing some kind of cap into a window and breaking it. Like if you look back at the video taken at Gen 6. So I don't think anybody has a right to say like you're politically violent.
Then why don't we go to the people that were harming ICE agents and throwing rocks at ICE agent vehicles? It's the same way. It's
Be
Ow, son of a bitch.
like like if
It
I
it's
really
it's
I really want to go over politics with you, but we can't. What are you gonna say about furries? So
it's the same shit, different color. That's my last comment on it.
disagree. Okay.
Um, but truth be told, I think that 90% of furries are fucking terrible people, and I think that 90%
Mhm.
of furries are weird and bad. Of course, there are a good 10%. Like if we look at my little announcement right here in my server,
Why
saying
are they
that,
bad?
well, I have discussed earlier, and we can agree to disagree about the pornography, zoophilia, pedophilia, them hiding it because like Beta Eta Delota does, and a bunch of other people. They say it's completely safe for children and that there's almost no porn in there, which is blatantly false. Let's see right here. If we look right here, guess who I'm on the phone with? A furry. I have furry friends. I have like 2 furry friends. I don't hate all furries. Yeah, sure, it's cringe, but I'm not gonna hate on a community because I think they're cringe. I hate on a community for the shit they do and what they have done to me. Because yes, of course, surprise, surprise, they've done egregious things to me. Surprise, surprise. Um, there's another point I wanted to get on. Okay, what is your opinion on baby furs?
Uh, Sorry, I was texting my friend. Baby furs, like the the weirdos who are like they want to age backwards, like they're Benjamin Button,
If I'm correct, yes.
or I think they're really weird.
Okay. Um, what is your opinion on? Actually, I'm not gonna say that because I really don't have anything wrong with people dressing up, unless they're going out in public and going into fucking stores. Because at that point, you're just trying to get people to fucking look at you. Look at me. I spent 3 grand on a fucking suit.
For sitters.
I don't.
Um,
I don't like.
I get that point of view. Like, if you're fursuiting outside, I think you're a little stupid unless you're doing like a live stream and you're like a fursuiting Twitch streamer, then I can see the justification if you're like a furry IRL streamer. But otherwise, I think if you're a normal person, it's kind of fucking weird to me, especially considering how uncomfortable it is in that suit. But like, each to their own. If you want to do that, I won't really judge you that much.
Um. To a point. Now, I don't promote violence, but if there's a furry promoting pornography in public, I'm socking him in the back of the head. Um.
Like when you say promoting it, like he's holding up his sign of like a boy kisser sucking off somebody.
Basically that. Yes. If I
Oh
see that, I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm
I
socking
can.
someone.
Oh, absolutely. I can see what you mean. Like the fucking people, even like straight people in the car, or like furries with like the fucking
I
the
don't.
tires on the back that have like porn on the back.
I
They're
don't.
like the anime dweebs.
I believe in equality. I'll sock any. I'll sock a woman if they're doing that. I believe in
Fair.
equality.
I
If you're
hate
gonna
them all.
if you're gonna beat a woman, then why can't I beat you? It's equality, man. Come on. Um, but sign holding up the holding that sign up is illegal. I'm pretty sure. I think
Oh
it's
yeah, it
illegal
might
if
be
you
sexual
if
harassment.
if you do it in front of a federal building. I think it's illegal.
But also you do the also those people that have like the fucking bumper stickers on the back that have like the straight up like porn on it.
I will
Like
sock
those
someone in the
people
back of the head for that.
those like
I
you'll like gain super speed out of rage and you'll chase down their car and throw it.
I'll send myself through the back windshield. Um,
Really?
equal rights, equal fights. Yes, if we go into World War III, I seriously want us to send fucking feminists into the army. I hope that happens.
Well, they kind of banned trans people and like a lot of left-leaning people from the army
which
recently.
which I completely agree with.
I do not.
If now with the trans people, I extremely agree with that because if you're gonna take estrogen to make your body weaker, so you don't,
But
so
they but
you
they
think
also banned them from like tech roles in the Air Force, which are not like I'm pretty sure most trans people weren't like signing up for the straight up like Marines or Army.
yeah,
It
because they're
was like
fucking
Air
pussies.
Force. I don't think most people sign up for the Marines or Army. It's usually people go into the Air Force to get a veteran role, especially because we're not really in wartime. Like, we don't need to. If you want to, like, do something comfortable and you're going to be able to get a GI Bill and help the US government out of it too, like, we need people working in those tech roles.
I think that yes, we should, but to the point when, because trans people, a lot of trans people are weak. Their minds aren't set in the right places. Trans people have what's called, I think, gender dysphoria, which is a mental illness. And you
Yeah.
should not be in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, any of that if you have a mental illness. Why? Use your common sense. You can think of it. Um,
Because you think they're going to shoot themselves?
well, I mean, no, that's one of the things. But main thing is they're weak. If they're told to do something, they'll think it. Some of them might think, "Oh, this is homophobic because I'm being ordered to do this," or
Well, a lot of I think that's a lot of like strum. I think a lot of them like it if they sign up for like the Marines or Army and not like the Air Force tech thing, then it's like they probably just want some kind of mental fortitude because I think we can both agree that like signing up for the Army and operating under the Army, even if you're like a woman, is like that helps a lot mentally and physically. Like that's probably a big reason of why you want some discipline in your life, even if you're trans.
yeah. And trans people, if you're taking estrogen, hold on,
Well,
trying to break her.
if you I get what you're saying. If you're working out a lot though, like you do, like you're forced to work out a shit ton in the army, at least I think you are. Like if you if you're trans and you're taking estrogen actively, of course you're gonna make less speedy gangs, yeah, holy shit, gains than people with testosterone like coursing through their veins, but you're still gonna be able to make gains and be substantially strong compared to most people, because most people don't train.
Eh, that's we're on the wrong fucking subject. Let's get back on subject. I'm sorry. I just thought of that.
That wasn't even a debate. That was just a good conversation to me,
Yeah.
because like I've had that kind of bouncing around in my head. But yeah.
Um. Let's see. I would love to do a political debate sometime. I can't do it tomorrow though, because I gotta get my ass in gear for moving. Um.
Hypothetically, I should be practicing a guitar right now, but I don't really care because I can stay up, but it's fine.
What was I gonna say? What's your opinion on Roblox? I don't know why this. I'll get to my point in a second.
I love playing Roblox.
I have to agree, but do you what the shit that they allow on there? Like a lot of
Games.
furries places have like extremely suggestive um,
Mm,
outfits. If you just look at it, you see a bunch of furry femboys wearing fucking thigh highs or
I
like
I
panties.
don't know. I can. No, I can agree. Also, like again, I know two wrongs don't make a right. Again, not a limited to furries problem. Like a ton of people on Roblox make the fucking tit outline shit for girls who, oh my god, I'm gonna be so hot for my Roblox e-boy bitches. Like, and they'll put that on.
Yes. Now, oh son of a bitch! Oh fuck! Sorry,
Oh
rubber band
wow.
just snapped in my
Did the
fucking
most
hand.
sod get you?
No, I was bending a rubber band too far and it snapped and hit my finger. Um, but
Oh, I telepathically did that when that happened. I was just thinking, please God hurt him. Please God. I'm joking. I didn't.
I don't know. What is your opinion on? I'm not gonna ask that because that really is basically what we talked about earlier. Um,
Oh, you have a whole line of talking points.
I know I'm trying
What
to
if,
think.
what, okay, okay. What if we just get into what we were also gonna get into after we made our little compromises, where we talk about like the escalation of porn into heavier subjects and you being able to you get into fucking zoophilia through watching a lot of furry porn, or not even a lot, like watching furry porn. Can we move to that?
Yes, I do want to ask you one thing though. What is your opinion on the terms anti-furries will always become furries, or anti-furries are just furries that are closeted or shit like that?
It really depends on the person, because a lot of people like mask when they feel themselves going to something that's like wrong at their school, or a lot of people don't. Like it really depends on how you grew up. But like for me, I grew up in a very left-leaning household. I turned very far right-leaning. Like I was MAGA in 2020, and then when I was 10 years old, by the way, and I became a big anti-furry. Like I was one of the annoying ones who just hated gay people, hated trans people, hated every everything that wasn't cisgender and white and straight. Not really not white, but I hated immigrants. Um, but then
I hate illegal immigrants.
I agree to disagree. Let's discuss that another time. Um, and I was in 2023 I became very left leaning, and then I became a furry. So like I was an anti-furry turned into a furry when I matured into being left leaning. So it's just a matter of who you are as a person, I guess.
Hmm. Okay,
I think that more than that, though, most here's a better evolution. I think that most anti-furries, they just turn into like they forget being an anti-furry and they just turn into MAGA Trump people, and that's what they become after they come out of their anti-furry cocoon.
To a point. I need to grab some drink. I'll be right back. I'm fucking parched.
Hello, live stream chat. I can't watch it. Oh, actually, I might be able to pull it up. You guys can hate on me in the chat when I pull what is happening on my wrong YouTube account. Okay, let me make this work. Now it'll work. Yeah, okay, I see all of you. Yo. Okay, that's great. I don't know. Bro, shut up. Oh no. Did I say stupid? I'm high. Good job, anti-furry underscore fishman. Wait, can I hear myself? Did I mute myself? Okay, who cares? Nice. Okay. Yay. Titanfall. How's it going, man? Thinking of things to do.
Okay, I genuinely have to take a shit, so let me go.
I found.
Oh,
Oh, okay, it'll be gone longer.
I'll be gone probably like 5, maybe 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'll let you
Okay.
guys watch a anti-furry meme compilation.
No, 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 no.
My viewers.
I'm watching the stream.
Ah,
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna live react to this.
alright.
Let me see.
I must take a shit now.
Base Titanfall. That's not Titanfall. I'm retarded. That's something. I don't know the name is. Take your chance, boy. Ready or no? Oh my god, that was a dude. I love Ready or Not. This is actually based as fuck, dude. I remember being on the fucking pedophile map and dying 800 times because the fucking hostage girl that faked being a host. Damn. I don't know why I said damn. I'm gay. Okay, I lost my train of thought. I guess I'll keep watching this. Fuck. Oh no, there goes my YouTube page. I guess I'll never watch an anti-furry meme again. Honestly, based as fuck. If we can kill every single person of Norwegian descent in War Thunder, and because Norwegians are so sad and depressed because black metal came out of their hellish landscape, and also because they're not based and they're actually cringe Norwegians that, you know, have good healthcare. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they all killed themselves because I lost in War Thunder. At all. And if anybody in this chat is Norwegian, I'm actively motivating you to end your life. Okay. How do I use my VPN? You know, thing is, like, my mom decided to be a responsible parent, unfortunately, and she put a bunch of shit on my hardware that, like, limits my internet. But, like, I can bypass it with a VPN, but it's kind of lagging. This kind of sucks. Can you work? Please? Oh no, it's offering me to connect to Norway. No, I don't want that. Okay, I guess I'll never be able to view chat again. Do you think, I'm gonna think aloud here, do you think that if there was a species and they were constantly like extremely addicted to nitrogen air, and I mean all they huffed was nitrogen, they never really huffed oxygen, even though I can't say that I've huffed oxygen, maybe you guys have, but like do you think if there was a species, all it could do was huff nitrogen, it would all turn into Kanye West? And I mean, I said species because I don't consider people of a race that isn't white as human. So they're just another species, you know? Because there's only one valid race, and that's white. And I mean, I'm saying that as an inhuman Middle Eastern. So I guess you guys can, I'm one of those nitrogen huffing species, I guess. So I guess I'll turn on my oven and fill my room with carbon monoxide. But besides that, like, I'm just trying to really understand the population, you know? Take your chance. Oh, I can actually watch it on my phone. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. Woo! Woo! Okay, there we go. Oh, Titanfall 2's Viper. I can see. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to kill yourself. Sorry. That's unfortunate. Okay, no, don't worry. It's fine. You're just slightly inhuman. Wait, are you white? Are you white Norwegian? Yeah, it's it's a pretty rough situation. I mean, I don't judge people who have to kill themselves. Like, honestly, if you post yourself to GoreDB, you'll probably provide a lot to the Indian population because those people love gore. But if you don't do that, your death was kind of worthless. But it's okay. Don't worry. I hope that YouTube doesn't ban this stream. Nah, it won't. I'm too cool for them. Okay, Titanfall. As a Norwegian, do you consider yourself human? I'm asking. Oh, wait. Are you... I'm sorry. Are you from Norway? Genuine question. Like, I'm not gonna even joke about it because... Okay, I have something so funny to tell you, and I'm like 100% sure you're not gonna believe me at all. But I swear to God this is true. My mom brings me to a church called the Agape Spiritual Center, and I don't know if he was lying. He might have been lying, but he said the head pastor that goes there, like, it's a new age church, and I know Norwegians are pretty left-leaning. I think he said that you're like the Norwegian queen, what was it, queen, and like a prince son or whatever was visiting that day, and they brought, I don't even know if you guys have a prince, do you? Cause like, I'm not sure. Do you? He might have been bullshitting. Okay, cause it'll take you 2 billion. I'm in America today. Okay, well, that's unfortunate for you because America is a shithole. But I would love to live in Norway, actually. Oh, your heritage is from Norway. Oh, well, oh, then you're inhuman and also American. That makes it worse. No, I'm a proud American. I'm joking. So, like, the Norwegian queen and apparently the prince came to the church I go to. Best military in the world, I guess, yeah. And he, like, he was doing some kind of, like, weird, like, meeting thing? I don't really know what it was. And then I went up to him, and I was 13, and I kicked the prince in the shins, and then I ran upstairs to the bathroom. And you can look up the building. I live in LA. It's Agape Spiritual Center. I don't know if the head pastor was lying, but I kicked somebody who was claimed to be the Norwegian prince in the shins. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun. It's pretty funny. And then that same day, I cried doing long division. Misinput. Right. Mother trucker. Hey, I'm down in Mississippi, god damn it. These damn mother truckers, they in my fucking hair. Wait, tell me. Oh, I have to get my southern accent right. Okay. I'm a Mississippi dadgummit. You can't deal with me down here. You don't know how many AK-47s I have. I don't respect this damn woke bullshit. You know, they be teaching in schools. You know, I have an issue that they're teaching schools. You know, I have a massive problem with it. I don't really like the damn education thingamajig. I don't deal with it. I don't like it, dadgummit. That's my Mississippi impression. I can also try to do a. Oh. Happy Christmas, Merry Hanukkah. Wait. Not Happy Christmas, Merry Hanukkah. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. What was the fucking? And do it, Tinta. Like, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Durka Kisa. And then you have the low voice, and you do, Ohana means family, and family means we stick to, no, Ohana means family, and family means we stick together. And Ohana means we stick together. I swear. Don't even worry about it. And I can try to do Mongolian throat. Yeah. The AR-15. No, the AR-15 is better in muddy, wet, and dusty. No. Isn't the AK-47 like completely manufactured so that if like dust gets locked in, it's still extremely reliable and the shit just falls out? Like what's his name? Kalashnikov, like he specifically manufactured the AK-47 so that it was like reliable in basically every circumstance, no matter what, and things couldn't get locked inside it. Chevy went to take a shit. Yeah, his like furry posters he has hung up in the bathroom are helping him. Dude, you throw it in mud and it breaks. Well, I mean, I think that does it really? I could have sworn that the AK-47, it really doesn't operate well in mud. Okay, AK-47 versus AR-15 relay. Oh, that sucks. I got a MAGA channel. That's okay. I hate okay, you fucking loser, fuck.
Hello, you nice people. Omega Chin is back. I heard everything said, by the way. I had my headphones on while I was on the shitter.
Oh.
I'm back though.
How do you feel about my ranting?
I don't really give a shit. It's free speech. Why do you think a lot of people say the N-word on my server? Free speech.
Yeah.
No,
you fucking liar. I just looked up a video. You are lying to me. The AK-47 survived fine. You lying fuck. There's a reason the world... And also, the AK...
I like the AK-102.
Yeah, you're right. The AR-15 is more advanced. Yeah, but the AK-47 is so much better if you're doing mass warfare and you don't have like a very big manufacturing front. Well, obviously, you can buy the. In fact, cool kid. I don't know if you heard this story. Oh yeah, I'll get back to it with you in a second, Chevy. But cool kid, I don't know if you heard this story, but there was this one movie that was being shot, and they were trying to buy like decoy prop AK-47s, and it was cheaper to buy real AK-47s than it was to buy the prop ones, so they just used the real ones. Like, those things are so efficiently manufactured. Okay, what do you want to say, Chevy? Hello.
I'm just looking at something. What the fuck? Why do they look so damn familiar? So I'm looking at a shotgun I own in real life and then an AK-100. What's Caesar's getting
I'm
ready?
an insurrectionist.
Don't know what the fuck
How,
that means.
how am I an insurrectionist? Oh, you call people who participated in the LA riots insurrectionists? That's so cringe. That's not even the definition of an insurrectionist. That's not even what happened in LA.
I call
That's when
people that
that's what that's why when Trump tried to declare the That's why when Trump tried to declare an insurrection in Los Angeles, it failed in even the Republican courts. That you can't make that work. What was an insurrection was January 6th, which 1,600 insurrectionists got pardoned for,
you know
and
we
they were
need
actually convicted of insurrection.
you know what we need in the what's happening with the riots everywhere, the No Kings protests and the riots that are happening in them. We need to get military out there and we need to have lethal force used on anyone that is participating in the riots and burning vehicles, throwing weapons, that kind of thing. We need to have lethal force used against them, such as, but not limited to, being shot, beanbag shotguns, eliminating a threat via, well, 5.56, 9
No, I
millimeter, whatever
disagree.
firearm we have.
I think that gets into like completely killing everybody who dissents to you. I think
We
that if we got to that level, Trump's already getting to that level where he's like suing law firms for disagreeing with him in legal matters. In fact, he just sued his own Justice Department for 237 million because he's such a greedy bitch. But besides that, he actually barred, this is illegal by the way, he barred law firms from being able to enter the fucking their clientele at actual like um trying they okay, he barred law firms from being able to represent their clients at actual like Justice Department buildings simply because he disagreed with how the fucking law firm was able to defend against him. Like he extorted them, actually. He extorted 1 billion in free law representation from them by completely removing their ability to represent their clients. I don't know how you can ever say that isn't corruption. He is so obviously so against dissent that he would illegally bar law firms from representing their clients because they disagree with him politically and they're able to legally refute him. Don't you think that's a little fucked up?
I'm gonna be dead ass. I'm reading shit on Reddit. I did not hear a single fucking thing.
Oh,
That went
never
one
mind.
ear out the other.
Okay,
Um,
it's fine.
what I do believe though is that if you're rioting, you're inciting violence, you should be arrested and prosecuted. And if you're rioting and actively carrying a weapon, going after people, you should be shot dead.
Well, only
If you're
shot dead if people
if you're burning vehicles,
shot dead. No.
you're destroying public property, federal property, and then you're also
No, no, just arrest them. Don't use lethal force.
if they're
That's called not. You can't just murder people because they're really mad. Like,
if
you
someone
can't even argue. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you can't even argue that under self-defense. That is never held before under self-defense. If you're like burning someone's car, if somebody's burning your car, and you go over to them and purposefully try to shoot them in the head or like the heart or in their vital organs, that's actually you can be prosecuted for murder. Or not even like you can be prosecuted for like third degree or second degree murder. Like you can't do that. If they're like holding a weapon to you and you've probable cause, then you can like shoot them the best you can to stop the fucking threat to yourself. But if someone's burning public property, you can't do that. That is not
if
legally
if
allowed.
someone okay, I'm gonna use this example. Say I'm driving my Suburban in Raleigh, North Carolina, and someone stands in front of it and starts lighting a Molotov cocktail to throw at my vehicle. I'm running them over. That's self-defense if you run them over.
Yeah, of
If
course
you
that's fair.
If a crowd goes around your vehicle and starts beating on your windows, you can run them over. That's what I'd do. I'd run them over in a heartbeat.
I
Because
would,
I'm
I
not.
would, I would, I wouldn't. I agree with you, but I wouldn't run them over. I would run over the guy holding the Molotov. But if people were like crowding my car, I would slowly inch forward and then break from them. And if somebody gets a broken leg, they do.
I'm
I
flooring
don't.
the gas. I'm flooring it. If
Okay, but
if people are actively holding
I
weapon,
get that.
if
But you're
they're,
just doing that to kill them at that point. You're just doing that to end lives.
I'm
That's not
doing
for self-defense.
I'm doing it to stop the threat and so that they cannot threaten anyone else. If someone's actively holding a firearm to my
Yeah, but
vehicle,
that's called
I'm
murder.
going to be pulling out the concealed firearm and popping them and then running the bitches over that are still threatening me.
If
That's
you
that's
murder
self-defense.
somebody, if you murder somebody who's committed murder in the past, you still get convicted of murder. Like
Yes,
you're legally liable for murder if you do that, and I also think it's morally wrong.
but if I run somebody over because they are threatening me and they have a deadly weapon, that is
I
completely
can agree
legal.
in the Molotov situation because that's just a person standing.
If
But like if people
if
are
someone
crowding your car,
if someone's crowding my car, no, that's fine. I will call the cops and get them to disperse the people. But if people are crowding my car with chairs, beating chairs against my vehicle, trying to open my doors, that's probable cause to run them the fuck over.
Imperium Aurora, I'm still talking. That's not a base take. You're not getting any plus.
No,
Hey, can you?
but it's still, you can run people over if they're threatening you and your life.
Oh, you're calling him an insurrectionist.
Me? No. If he's calling me an insurrectionist, no, I'm extremely conservative. I don't participate in any of that shit. Please don't be a
Oh, you're
porn ad.
calling me an insurrectionist?
Please don't be a porn ad. Please don't be a porn ad. Please. Why do I have the Ku Klux Klan on my recommended? I don't. No, actually, I'm gonna watch
You,
this video.
I never said I threw bricks, by the way.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I never said those words. I said rock.
Oh wait a second.
Lying on my name, buddy.
Guys, look, it's a bunch
You,
of scary ghosts.
I never said brick. You can, I'm going to run. I wish I could run back the clip. I never said brick. I swear to God, if I did, I might be severely mistaken, but I
If
swear I said rock.
if you in real life are throwing rocks at federal vehicles, you can and you possibly will be arrested for that, since that is committing a
Yeah,
federal
fuck
crime.
those guys. Fuck those guys. I don't give a shit. They're invading fucking Los Angeles on illegal things that are upheld by the court because they're politically and partisanly aligned with the government that's taking authoritarian hold of the US to deport people who, if you want to get into immigration, I can make really good reasoning for why you shouldn't deport those people and why all the arguments that you should are retarded as fuck. But if you're invading my state, you're invading my city with your people. Like, dude, it do you think that January 6th was justified?
Not exactly. I think the people that broke into the building should be arrested. The people that just walked into the building and did nothing should not be arrested.
Brick brick is just a square rock? Are you retarded?
Brick is not a rock, I will say that right now. Brick is concrete.
What the
Concrete is a
fuck are you
mixture of, I
talking
think,
about? Jesus Christ.
concrete is a mixture of clay, if I'm correct, not a rock. A
Um
rock would be something like granite.
Also brick is much harder because, it's used for actual construction.
But
Um
I mean, still though, throwing stuff,
so
you
I
will
mean
get. You can. I okay. Political shit aside, if you throw shit at federal officers,
I get that's
you
illegal.
will be arrested. I
Yeah.
words can't describe how surprised. Well, I'm not really that surprised. It's fucking California, but I'm not shitting on your state. But it's
Yeah,
fucking
you.
California. I'm gonna be dead ass. I hate California,
Yeah,
but
base.
it
Um,
it looks like shit.
my morals depend heavily on the situation that's going on. So like I don't have I have universal morals, but I don't have completely universal morals. So like if from my point of view, a government is taking an authoritarian hold of the country that I love, and also they're invading my own state illegally, even which is true. I can explain to you why sending the National Guard to California like that and declaring a national emergency was illegal. And if you want, we can go over that. But like, and also why the deportations are unconstitutional and why they shouldn't happen economically. But if if I perceive it like that and they're just deporting like single families, like random people, and they're also sending fucking straight up Marines to my
Why?
city
Okay,
that
hold
are
on.
ripping up the city, like fuck off. I'm going to protest heavily.
Why the fuck did I just get added to a group chat called the Diddy Party? Hold on.
You have a lot of weird fucking
I
Google
don't
algorithms.
know any of these people. That I don't know who the fuck April is. Biblically accurate spider. Something something. Let me just show you guys. What the fuck is this? I think it's just a bunch of trans and woke retards that are fucking in this voice chat trying to do stupid shit. Let me just.
I checked your stream and the first thing I see is the Ku Klux Klan song.
Yeah,
You're doing
I don't
yourself a
know
lot
why
of favor.
it got recommended. I'm gonna send these people an N-word meme because I can.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm
Wait.
sending them it because they're aggravating the shit out of me. Uh,
Also,
oh no, don't play that. Oh my god.
Imperium Aurora, frick you for calling my voice annoying. Frick you, man.
Not any more annoying than mine. Okay. What the fuck do these people want?
Also, why did you call my voice deep? It's not. Okay, wait. Moonwolf. Hello, Moonwolf.
Who the fuck is Tex? Oh, it's these these zoo files. Oh my god.
Uh, color. What? Base. Okay, when we hit like at let me think. Mm,
Oh my god, bro. What the fuck? Hold on, I
base.
wanna. We all, you know, do you know what MAP stands for?
I thought clay was considered a type of rock.
No, clay's considered, I think, a sediment. Well, is a sediment a rock?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so, but like how you can't argue that I'm throwing bricks at a car because I'm throwing rocks at a car.
Still
Like, do you
illegal.
see how stupid that statement is? Yeah, I know, but do you see how stupid that statement is? Like, I'm not throwing bricks at a car by throwing pebbles at a car.
It's still illegal though.
I know, but it's such a retarded statement.
Why are they sending me zoophile porn? Why did I just get sent zoophile porn? What the fuck? I'm sorry. What the fuck was that? I don't have it on stream because I'm using my phone to look at it because I don't know if they're gonna send some
I
fucking
like
gore or
how
some shit.
your YouTube recommended is like
It's the
so
stupidest shit imaginable.
it's it's so obvious that you're MAGA. It's actually hilarious.
This
Like I'm not even make
I don't support the KKK. Let me just say that right now. I don't know why it's on my recommended.
yeah, I
It's
don't think you support them. Oh, maybe the KKK is kind of linked to the right.
this is my This is my actual recommended on my channel. What? Does it actually bring shit? Oh my god! I swear, if I start seeing the fucking furry memes,
They did break up
get
curbs.
this?
Most of them did not break up curbs. Like as you'd expect, there's a lot of throwable stuff in California. There's a lot of stuff on the ground and litter in Los Angeles. They weren't most like those. I just never saw people breaking up curbs. I'm sure people did it, but
I mean, a lot of the LA fucking quote unquote protests were fucking riots. No, 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 no! I'm gonna close out YouTube right now before my channel gets or before Tom's channel gets shot down. Oh my
you're
god!
having
Why am I getting porn ads? I don't watch hentai.
maybe Tom's a little fucking horny, man.
I don't. I don't get stuff that I don't get recommended shit that Tom watches on his channel. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it automatically recommends. I think it switches to my main, and of course this is my main.
are you guys like symbiotes? 'Cause are you like the same? Is this some from fucking Freaky Friday shit? Or are you like the same person?
No, I'm I'm Tom's buddy, one of like his really good buddies. That I literally used to have his password to his account. I don't have it anymore because why do I need his password? We're friends. I'm not gonna hack his account. And so,
Yeah.
I'm his good buddy. I do have technically, I want to say alter egos, but it's not actually that. It's just a fucking joke. One of my accounts used to be a GMC Sierra. The other one was, well, my Chevrolet account. It was the GMC guy and then the Chevrolet guy. One of them was more formal. My Chevrolet one was more formal. My GMC
You,
one
you
was more of me being a dick to people.
you guys should do what every leftist you think every leftist does, and you should say you're multiple personality disorder, you're
Yes.
bipolar, you have ADHD. That'd be
Identify as
so
a
good.
female. Identify as a female,
No,
then they can
yeah,
figure out.
honestly, just go straight to being trans at
I
that
think
point. That's
I,
that's the ultimate identity change. Like one day you're just a male, you're saying, "Please address me by Sir Chevrolet," and then you say, "No, no, no, I'm a female. I'm actually Mrs. What's the female car? I'm Mrs. Toyota
Impala.
Impala. I'm Mrs. Impala."
My mom had an Impala. That was a good ass vehicle too. Um, no, I think Trump should really like do a joke identifying as a woman. Either A, people would have to accept him as the first female president, or B, they'd have to, have to admit the fucking ridiculousness of what trans is.
You remember you remember the fucking when he made an executive order, but he fucked it up somehow, and he accidentally declared every citizen in the US a woman. Like, he unironically did that. He accidentally made everybody trans in an executive order, and then
I
they
did
walked
not.
it back.
I did not see that. That sounds really fucking funny though. What is your
Yeah,
opinion on the AI video of him shitting on people?
I think he's really I I
I
think
find
that
it.
our you're gonna say you find it funny. I don't think that the president of the United States should be AI generating videos of him like as the king in an F-15 shitting on a big riot that says we don't want a kings. It's the no kings protest. It's the no king protest, and then you have him making an AI video of him as a king and shitting on New York City. Like I think that's so unpresidential. It's like this is the first time we've had a president that retarded.
I think it makes him look more human, and actually it's like pretty fucking funny because
But he's like the think
he's the
about it.
president of the United States, but every president has done either dumb or funny shit. Joe
Yeah, but
Biden
not
falling, Sleepy Joe falling down the stairs.
yeah, but you had to correct your terms. You can't call him by his real name.
No,
It's
no.
physically impossible. Yeah, of course not. Um, no, but the issue I have, I get that, but like he's just straight up like I want to describe to you that we're in a world where like fucking we're like Germany, like we have parliaments in Germany, the UK, we have parliaments everywhere, like official parliaments. that take care of their business, and everybody is extremely formal. And Europe, you might say that Europe has like shitty governments, but
Fuck
no, it
her up.
really doesn't. And I can explain why. But like the US, like, dude, we have the president of the most powerful country in the world, the man who heads up the UN, essentially, the man who heads up NATO, an alliance of all these countries, an official US president, and it's going to be written in history books that he posted Truth Social schizo posts of him AI shitting on the New York City, his own capital city. I know US is New York City isn't a capital city. I mean that in the sense that it's a big economic city. Like, do you see the issue with that? I don't think you can say like it's funny. Like even Joe Biden, no other president, like you can say
Yeah, 'cause
fucking
Joe Biden
flying
was
down the
asleep
stairs.
half the fucking time.
Not really. But like in it's just so weird, and also he's unfunny.
I find it actually quite funny.
No, I find him unfunny. If he made good jokes, then maybe I'd be a little closer, but he's so unfunny.
Um,
Except for his schizo post, like, Sleepy Joe Biden, it was all a fucking enigma. They all took over the presidency, they took everything, okay? It's tremendous, it's a big thing, okay? These women need to get off me, they're swooning over me too much, okay? This 13-year-old want my cock too much, okay? I can't deal with it, it's huge, my cock is huge. Like,
I
it's
really,
funny when he
I
makes
really,
truth.
I really hope he actually said that. That'd be fucking hilarious. Did he actually say his cock is huge?
He said something like, "I'm very well endowed" on an official interview.
Oh my
And then
god.
remember when he started challenging Joe Biden on a national debate to a golf off?
That's fucking good. That's good, runner. I do think that some of the shit he's done is a little bit stupid, but I think he's overall. He's of course not the best president. I think Franklin D. Roosevelt was the best president we've ever had. But I'm pretty sure
Agree, agree.
either him or
Except for me,
JFK.
that's Abraham Lincoln, honestly, for me.
Abraham Lincoln was a good president, but little do people know he was actually conservative.
He not really. I
Well, he
mean,
had
you can
conservative views, and
The
surprise, surprise,
Republican Party at the time was the progressive party in the U.S., and then it shifted when slavery ended and all the segregation was ending, and the black people were joining the Democrat Party, so it became more left-leaning, and then the entire political line shifted.
but he still did have Republican views, which liberals fail to see, and whenever they do see it, they're like, actually, Lincoln did this, 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 and that.
Well, actually, a lot of left-leaning people do have conservative views, like economically, like a lot of the mainstay left-leaning Democrats actually have conservative economic views. It's just they differ on where they want to allocate money, where conservatives want to take money out of like insurance and have people work on everything for themselves. Some Democrats just want to add more money to pad the budgets of working class Americans. Like, that's just the difference, to be honest.
Another thing is abortions. I can't fucking. It sickens me whenever I hear people talk about that we should be able to abortion babies.
I think we disagree on literally every view we have. It's so funny.
I think that abortion should be allowed if the woman was raped or
Except
incest.
communism being retarded. Also, don't forget Charlie Kirk. I don't think Charlie Kirk should have been shot. But don't
Okay, good.
forget that he said his daughter should carry the baby to term if she was raped.
That is an opinion. How old is his daughter?
8 years old. He said this was the exact hypothetical he was asked. If your 8-year-old daughter was raped and impregnated, would you make her carry it to term? And he said yes, undoubtedly.
I mean, still, that's his views. No one should be executed for their views, though. I wish that we would bring hanging back, though, and that seems extremely immoral. But here's the right thing for it: if we bring,
No, Imperium, that is such a retarded take. Like, people. presidents can they should be far off from the they shouldn't be far off from the people where they're not like accounting for the needs of their people, which is why they campaign on doing the things for their people, and that's what has happened so far. Like JFK, Abraham Lincoln, none of these amazing presidents, Fred D. Roosevelt, none of these amazing presidents ever did some shit like that retarded bullshit Trump's doing.
Well, yeah,
And
because
that's because they're normal presidents that were very formal. They knew what they were doing. I don't think Trump has any idea how to be a president, or he has no ideas about economy. He still thinks that tariffs are paid by other countries. They're not paid by other countries. Um, he has no idea what he's doing. All those presidents actually knew what they were doing, and I want you to explain why even a far off president that never said shit like that, like you have JFK or you've Fred D.
possibly
Roosevelt. Like D. Roosevelt was as disconnected as any president from doing shit like that and being super humanized, but he was still popular. He was voted into a third term. Um
actually though, I think he was voted into 4 terms.
four
Um,
terms. He was insanely popular because he actually had good policy. He
I
didn't just say random bullshit and try to have a fuck ass humor.
I might take my thing back about D. Roosevelt. I think D. Roosevelt is the second best president. I just saw this. I
You
think
say Ronald Reagan is first, I'm gonna kill myself.
no, no. What's his name? I just had this name. Teddy Roosevelt. I think Teddy Roosevelt was
Disagree.
the best president.
Disagree.
Um, we disagree
No,
on
I think
basically.
he was a good I think he was a good president. I don't think he was the best. Abraham Lincoln is the best president in my opinion, just because of what he did during the Civil War and him ending slavery.
Fair. Then again, actually, he got Charlie Kirk though. That's the sad thing. I can't. I wonder what it'd be like if he didn't get fucking Charlie Kirk.
He was planning to make it so that he was planning to ensure that segregation never happened. Unfortunately, he didn't live long enough to do that.
Segregation was a terrible thing.
Yeah,
That's one thing
obviously,
we can all agree on.
I think everybody except Nick Fuentes would agree on that.
I actually, I don't like Nick Fuentes, but I do agree on one of his things. The
Is it
American,
Israel?
no, America first. I think that we should put our country first before worrying about other countries. I think we should have our country first, get our country situated.
I agree with that, but when they say that, they also hate things like free healthcare. They hate things like universal taking care of like homeless citizens. They hate ideas of spending our tax dollars on shit like um n- um more 911 infrastructure. They don't like the idea of any of that civic shit. All they want is a very strong military, and that's all they're going to ever spend money on.
A strong
That's
military
not
is very.
America first. I know, but that's not America first. That's justifying the fucking outreaching arm of the U.S. over the actual body. We're the civilians. Don't you think we should be the focus? But we're not.
Well, to a point. Now, if I'm correct, actually, Nick Fuentes groomed like 5 people into becoming fucking femboys or some shit, which is
Oh
kind of
yeah,
funny.
he was a cat boy.
Yeah, well, he had a Catboy era. I was told that by I think I can't remember who it was. Um, but I gotta admit, there are some fire ass edits of Nick Fuentes on YouTube.
Yeah, like
I
I am America.
well, I actually hold on. I have one of his edits downloaded on my phone because I just think this fucking edit is badass. And it's not like it doesn't say Heil Hitler. Fuck, I love Hitler. No, it doesn't say that. It's actually kind of fire. I gotta
Remember
find
that?
it.
Yeah, remember that clip of Nick Fuentes where he said, "If me and Candace Owens were both transgender, she would be my transgender mother, and I would actually be her wife."
I've not seen that. It seems funny though. There it is.
I laughed so hard at that. That was the closest I've been to becoming a far right individual in years. That was
Uh,
so funny.
there you go. Also, were you the owner? Were you the old owner of the center?
Yeah, and then I got raped out of it for some reason.
Oh, shit. Wait, I gotta watch this on my
There,
computer so the viewers can
there's
see this.
there's a badass edit of Joe Biden when he did that fucking.
Hmm.
I think you'd like remember that Joe Biden edit where he says like, "We are America, we are second to none." That was
That.
like the best speech he's ever had,
Well, yeah, because
and
half
then
the other
he
speeches are
got,
him just fucking around. Him just.
that was so tough. But like again,
That
like
was one of the best speeches ever
I
made by a
think I
president.
think I think we can say for both because like if you listen to any of Trump's speech, he's fucking incoherent and he straight up lies sometimes. Like I remember when he had one of his speeches and it was supposed to be about something like gun control in the States, and then he started talking about crooked Joe Biden committed so much election fraud. It was insane. It was so much election fraud. It was tremendous. I'm gonna kill myself tonight because I don't have enough tanning colors.
I do
Like,
believe that the election was rigged. There's so much proof that it was rigged.
there's no evidence.
There actually is. I don't
No,
know where it
because
is,
you,
but there
you, you
was
do
a
realize
lot of poll evidence and like
you
a
you
fuck ton
do
of others.
no, there wasn't. Trump lost all of his lawsuits where he used that evidence. He lost every lawsuit, and he was president of the Justice Department at the time too. And also, not only that, when he when they sued the Dominion voting machine company, they lost the lawsuit too. They lost literally every lawsuit with the fucking full amazing legal team, and actually his attorney general William Barr or something turned on him. His own top lawyer of the US said this is unsubstantiated. It is bullshit. That was a lie just to try to take a coup of the United States.
I do think though I don't believe in fascism, but I think if America ever had a dictator, Trump would be a good one.
He
That I don't believe in dictatorship, by the way. Fuck
I know, I
dictators.
know, I know.
Fuck
I'm
that.
just saying that he would be a horrible dictator.
Our
He has no
country,
idea what he's doing.
our country would be unbelievably powerful. It is already the strongest country in the world. Has been.
You're thinking in terms of military. Our civilian population is suffering,
Not.
and it's been suffering for years.
You
You
wanna?
do realize that because of what he did with the what state do you live in? North Carolina, so you're near the south,
I am
are you?
not going to say which state I live in. You know which state I live in.
Okay, my bad.
But
You
like
know,
these people know
I
I live on the
forgot.
East Coast.
Okay. But like, dude, if you look at what Trump did with no, I don't care, cool kid. I don't care how you're doing. Most people aren't doing as well as people like in Europe because what Trump is doing is taking steps back. If you look at the big beautiful bill, it cut funding for rural hospitals from the
Okay,
federal government and forced the poor. By the way, 73% of the US's economy comes from blue states. So when he decided to cut all of the federal funding from rural hospitals, that meant that the southern states that don't even have that much money in the first place, except for like Florida, Texas, Alabama, maybe, they had to pay for their own rural hospitals out of pocket when they're already dwindling in taxes because people are moving out of them. And then you had to deal with that, and that causes rural hospitals, even in Republican states, to shut down. And
oh,
then California bailed out a bunch of Republican states actually with its own tax dollars.
now okay. I need to get into this. Hold on. Actually, let me read this guy's message. I'm looking at his message on my phone. Okay. Can I add you to a group chat with another anti-furry?
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, friend me. Can you friend me real quick?
for
Sure.
sure. I remember getting banned from anti. I am friends with you. I got banned from. I don't care, Imperium. I'm sorry for calling you retarded. Um, but you probably don't care. Uh, well, I'm I just don't argue over the semantics of what a brick is. I mean, you could say, like, instead that I was violating the law and, like, it was wrong because ICE are federal employees, and then you could have had something productive out of
Okay,
that.
can you tell me three letters, this first three letters of your username real quick? Because I can't fucking find you.
I guess I don't exist apparently. I'm
Well,
just a fake person.
I have, oh, what's it called? Live mode enabled, and it causes me not to
Oh,
be able to
it's
see people
okay,
usernames.
Imperium. Don't worry at all. I'm very retarded sometimes. You
See,
probably think that, yeah.
streamer mode is enabled. I don't know how to turn that off. Hold on.
I'm Neener976.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about your like actual username.
Yeah, that's my username.
Is it? Hold on. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, hold on.
Oh, do you know Destiny,
Who the hell is that?
the streamer?
No.
Oh,
What about him?
there's my favorite liberal streamer, Destiny. Apparently he sucked Nick Fuentes' dick and it was actually caught on video, so Nick Fuentes is low-key gay. So I don't know how you'll take that.
Why the hell? I can't add you to a fucking group call. Hold on. Let me come out of the voice chat real quick. Oh my god. Hold on. I don't know why.
Yo,
I can't add you to a group chat. It
let me
literally.
try removing you and re-adding you. Just give me his username and I'll make the group chat.
Yeah, let me tell
I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. Uh, you want it? No, see, cool kid, he's having issues and plus you're retarded. So you can't, I'm being mean to you, I don't mean that.
I'm assholes to my viewers. Don't worry. Like fuck y'all. It's a joke.
You
I I can't fucking stand this dude. He makes some fire songs. He's a furry. I can't stand him because every one of his things are fucking furries. But he makes like three good songs, and it drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's okay, Imperium. Yeah, furries are decent musicians sometimes. I'm a good classical guitarist, like I've played in tournaments for classical guitar. But you don't care about classical music, to be fair. Like, furries are pretty in touch with their creative sides of themselves. And also, Narpi makes pretty good
I
lo-fi music
I
too.
literally am doing that, Spick.
Oh, his name's Spick? Dude, you stop giving the fucking like you're fucking headphone piloting him, bro. You are not on his shoulder. It's
I know. I talk like I'm talking to the people in real life.
well, maybe he is over your shoulder. He's probably like looking over you right now. Look behind you. Be careful. He's
Spick.
obsessed with he's obsessed with some streamers, man. You gotta be
Actually,
careful.
let me.
Do you stream a lot? I'm honestly surprised you're able to maintain like an audience. I've never seen an anti-furry that has other than Halo guy who can have like a decent retention. So good job.
I try to entertain my viewers by being fucking retarded. I do stream quite a bit though. I try to stream as much as I can. I don't know what was going on with my computer last night and the night prior because my internet kept repeatedly going out. When I
Fucking bro,
swear to God,
maybe
it would go out when I was streaming. And
Like only when you're streaming. Like the
yes,
viewers in your chat were saying too much offensive shit, and the fucking
I
liberals across from your house were constantly cutting your fiber optic
I
cables.
I have the largest headphone in I've ever felt. I gotta take a picture of this. What the? How big is it?
Give me his username, by the way. I'm not generally political at all. All the politics I know are Star Wars. Star Trek, based as fuck. Beam me up, Scotty. My favorite Star Trek is Star Trek Voyager. Speaking, I do my first stream
It's
playing
pretty fucking
Star
big.
Wars Galaxy's Edge on VR. Based. Nice. I don't watch Star Wars. I binge watched the entire Star Wars series with my mom, just because she was like born in the '60s, and she was like,
Okay,
"Hey guys, you have to watch this with me. Oh my god, or I'm gonna kill myself. I'm
okay,
gonna behead myself."
okay. I need you to join the general voice chat in my server. All right?
Okay.
Join the voice chat. Join the voice chat.
Nice. Oh, Imperium, you have the entire like the OG series, like the original
Okay.
Star Trek series. That's sick.
Hello, Spick. How you doing today?
Oh
Um,
wait, is that the fucking cool kid guy?
I don't actually think so. Um, but this guy is not going to be using his mic. I think he's just going to be giving me talking points. By the way, Spick, we're not here to be a dick, so don't be a dick, alright? Thank you.
I'm sure you're retarded, Spick. Oh, I hate Lord Pillage so much. He's such a loser bitch. Jesus Christ.
He's chill. He used to be a furry. I was able to convert him to a
He,
non-furry.
he believes in the neo-Nazi film, The Battle of Last Europa or whatever. He's so ultra cringe. Holy shit, you loser fuck.
If I can find him, if I can figure out that he is, if I can figure out that he's actually a neo-Nazi, I will ban him because I don't like them people. But Spick is not me. Cool Kid is the guy in the chat.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Anywho, okay, so, uh, I'm trying
Okay.
to not start to curse him in Hebrew. Okay, I'm not gonna say the rest of what you just said.
Curse him in Hebrew? Oh, I know Hebrew, bro. Come at me.
I don't know any fucking language other than English. I'm a retard. Anywho, so,
Atama the bear.
Spick, I'll let you decide what you ask him about. We've debated almost everything. I'm not gonna say that actually because that's like admitting something.
Can
Um,
you hear me? Oh, yeah.
yes, I can hear you. Let me look at my chat. My lady, what?
I feel like for the most part I made some I think I drew some concessions out of you, honestly, because we kept kind of simplifying the arguments to, if you remember, to like different ones. But besides that, like I hopefully thus far I've been able, cause at least convince you of some things. I don't think of a lot because you're kind of stubborn. But besides that, yeah. We're in the on Twitch
um, Not Twitch, YouTube,
on
YouTube.
on YouTube.
I don't stream Twitch. What do I do? What do I do? don't we do that?
And yeah, actually just one. And it's if W and why it's wrong is for if is yes it was like is zoophilia or and then we were gonna move into is porn in general bad.
Bro. Oh man, I just broke my fucking rubber band. Shit.
Oh, oh no. No, you're wrong. Again, I'll state it again. They exist in entirely different anatomical and social contexts. You cannot ever draw that out. That's so retarded though, because they aren't animals. The anatomy is completely different. They have human proportions. They usually have opposable thumbs. They can walk, they can talk, they have an upright spine. They're bipedal. They are literally mostly human, other than the fact they have ears, fur, and a snout most of the time. In Root, they are drawn. No, they're not. They're drawn as humans. Whenever you watch a furry speed draw, they start with a human anatomy, and then they add in the furry aspects. No, they're not.
It does.
If it, what do you mean they are drawn as an animal? If it were to be an animal, what do you mean? Like you're saying I would goon to feral? No, I find feral disgusting. No, they aren't. They're in root a human, but they have animal constructs added on top. If you're not able to concede that, then I think you're arguing in bad faith, because then you could catapult yourself into is does that why can't you just jerk off to human porn then? I never said they are animals in root. Those words never came out of my mouth. I said that they have the anatomy of a human. They when?
Okay, hold on. But
Did you
why?
hear
Why are
me
they
say
called?
that?
Why are they called
No, I didn't.
anthropo? Why?
Hold on. I never said those words. I said this is exactly what I recounted. They walk up straight, they talk, they exist in a different social context, they exist in a different physical context. They have human opposable thumbs, human facial expressions, human eyes, they have human dialogue. They literally, they are so disconnected. When did I say they're in root animals?
Now, one thing is that
No,
why are they
again,
called anthropomorphic animals?
before 5 seconds on what?
Why are they called anthropomorphic animals? So if they're not animals.
You notice how it says anthropomorphic? That means humanized animals. That's literally the statement. It's humanized animals. If you wanted to argue why are they called anthropomorphic animals, it's because you add on the ears and shit on top of it, and what else are you supposed to draw from that? Yeah, animals, so it isn't though. How is it an animal? Anthropomorphic means described or thought of as having a human form or human attributes. Just be not some body parts of a human. Remember, it's the entire root of a human. Yes, it does. I am listening to myself, actually. Okay. Some attributes. Because you're downplaying it. No, they aren't. How? Okay. So if 20% of it makes it an animal, it's all an animal. That does not make it largely an animal. No. If you okay, so no, it isn't. That's so retarded. Jesus Christ.
It being an animal,
No.
it having a resemblance of an animal, though, is why people are attracted to them, porn
No.
wise.
How can you explain the logic behind that? I can make so many analogies like that.
Me or him?
I'm talking to Spick.
Okay, but if the reason that people are so attracted to furries is because they have animal traits. That's the only reason they find them.
I explained to you if they weren't attracted to it, the site wouldn't. They're attracted to anthropomorphic animals that have largely human traits, and then you add the other shit on top for the fantasy aspect, and I've explained why that doesn't make it zoophilia. Don't you think, hold on, if don't you think that if you jerking off to oh fuck. Don't you think that if you jerking off to I never said they're not animals. I said they're anthropomorphic animals and there's a massive difference. You can add magic heights. No, because if okay, I'm going to make an analogy. If you do you think that if all like 2.3 million or something furries were attracted to Yif, is there not a bigger zoophile population? Why are people not fucking their dogs all the time? These people aren't attracted.
Because it's not.
Explain how most furries aren't surveyed as zoophiles and aren't. It's at 6.9% at max. Law.
That's still 600. That's still 690,000 though.
Humans
That's
share 90% of their DNA with chimpanzees, and they're not chimpanzees, by the way.
yes, because we have so much other things different than them.
Exactly.
DNA is different than
Bingo.
traits.
No, the difference is you're saying that it all. Okay, so Spick, if I'm correct, no, shut up. If I'm correct, because there's a 2%, because even if there was a 1% difference in your head, that means they are a full animal. Is that your point of view? So you'd evaluate like bestialities, and yes, you were. You
Yes.
evolved from monkeys. You'd evaluate bestialities. You'd evaluate feral and anthropomorphic porn all the same. Is that accurate? Having any animal-like feature is not sufficient to be an animal in any way. That is a massive category error. If you count as an animal biologically, it doesn't matter. Me and Chevy went over this anyway. To count as an animal biologically, you would need a cluster of very defining properties. You would need so many different development situations, D1 going on. One or four stray traits does not matter at all because there's such a massive cluster you have to fulfill to be considered an animal. If in real world, there are real world categories that are very fuzzy, would that be accurate? It's about overall fit. If you're 1% of something, you're not a full membership.
Firsthand, or at least seen it happen. You meet someone new at a convention, in a furry Discord server, or on a social media platform. You have one good
That's also why
conversation,
feral
and
is
then
very
suddenly
frowned down
there's
upon by so many
every
furries too, I'd
day
add.
in your
That's why it's
DM.
banned off
It's not
Reddit, which is a
necessarily
notably
a
pro-furry
malicious thing.
platform, because there are thresholds to everything. If you are saying anything like this, you would need to prove that it goes over that threshold. So, if
He can't
how
hear
would I
you.
make an analogy?
Spick is deafened.
Oh, he's retarded. Jesus Christ. Tell me why they do this. Feral got banned off Reddit, by the way. The r/feral board got banned.
Well, yeah, because Reddit's not a furry website. But look at
It got
E621.
it.
Look at
So many.
when sites are ran by furries. Look how fast it goes into the shit.
Most
Discord is ran by
people, a
furries.
lot of furries frown
Discord,
down upon feral, by the way.
Discord
And
is ran.
it doesn't have NSFW spots
Discord,
for feral in a lot of
Discord is
fur communities.
Discord is ran by furries and it is actively being investigated by the FBI for for not some with child safety, some shit like that. Look at E621, the porn website for Fendi. It has porn on it.
Well, I'm gonna type to spec. I don't know. Accurate.
He left. I think he had to go do something. Oh no, he had to get off in 20 minutes. That's what it was.
No, his statements are unbelievably retarded, and I'll explain why. You cannot make such a massive glaring category error by saying because it displays some of the property, it is all of the property. That is so unimaginably retarded. A bar that has 1% cocoa isn't legally chocolate. There are massive thresholds to everything. There's so much mixing and fuzziness in gender roles. There's so much mixing and fuzziness in literally every area of the world that you can't make such a sweeping category statement like that.
Oh yeah, by the way, the guy that invented the difference between gender and sexuality tortured his sons into suicide.
Um, I've heard of a lot of right wing families that have made their like trans kids commit suicide.
But
So
both of his children committed suicide because he forced them to become trans, and then him and his brother committed suicide with each other.
I don't know how true that is. I'll have to check
I have
because
I
I
have a
don't really I
I've,
don't think it's I
I have a
doubt
video. I have a video on it somewhere. I'll have to look for my
um
phone tomorrow.
but that
Oh my god, it's fucking
there's
late.
so much mixing. There is mixing in gender because you have people that look more masculine versus people who look feminine. That's why androgynous people exist.
Oh my god, I forgot something. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No, it isn't bullshit. That's retarded. You're both saying retarded things now. Sex. It's definitionally not sex. What do you mean I have no reason to say that? No, because that's not how gender works. If you lean genders a massive spectrum, even if you only look at cisgenders like male and female. In the middle, you have people who look very androgynous. The male sex or female sex, especially when considering rather than biological ones, or one of the, you notice how it says, or one of a range of other identities that do not correspond to established ideas of male or female, or one of a range of other identities that do not correspond to established ideas of male and female. Yeah, accurate, it does. And then it says something else because definitions usually are accepting. Yep. Where did you get that definition? Cool kid, where'd you get that definition? Wait, where'd you get that definition though?
I'm back. Whew. Holy shit.
Dic the one you just dictionary.com?
Holy shit. Turns out
Okay,
my body
you
does
know,
not like me running.
yeah, it doesn't. You notice how you cropped out the other thing that said a similar category of human beings that is outside of the female or the
Where?
male? You notice how it says, or one of a range of other identities that do not correspond to established ideas of male and female? I don't know why you guys find it so hard to read the rest of these definitions when you send them. Like, at this point, just pull up sex.
Yeah.
And the reason sex isn't gender is because sex is a biological classification, and biology isn't always binary, by the way, because it has intersex variations. But beside that, gender is a psychological and social construct about your identity, roles, and how you express yourself.
Which makes no sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
It was introduced by a guy that wanted to make his son trans that killed himself.
Doesn't matter. Henry Ford was a Nazi and made the first car. Like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. We still use cars.
Yeah, I still hate Ford. Also for their fucking also lying about women and what they invented. And then their pride shit. The fucking pride raptor. Oh my god.
Damn, bro, you just ran for your life.
Yeah, I ran. I actually got a really good fucking jog out because I had to hit a light. By that I mean I had to turn on a light. And it was like 500 to 1,000 feet away from my house. Then I ran another 500 to 1,000 feet. And then sprinted the way back. Jesus Christ.
Aurora recognized my banner as being from a show. That's so cool. I'm really happy about that. Thank you.
Hello, Mushroom Jesus.
Mushroom Jesus. Nice.
My fat ass is out of breath. Oh my god.
Okay, so the reason gender isn't retarded, though, is literally, it's just because sex, I agree, is a biological classification. Gender is a psychological and social classification. So things change depending on what area you're operating in. Some people, like, their gender will align perfectly with their sex. So if they say they're male and they have a dick, then their gender is aligning with their sex, which is true. But if you have a dick and then you say that your gender is something that aligns better with you, like let's say you say you're gender fluid, and then
Why would it align
your-
better with you if it's a lie?
but
Something
it's
can't.
not,
It can't
it's not,
align. It can't align better with you if it's not true. If I said
No,
I'm a
but
girl, if I said I'm a girl, I'm not a girl. It's not true. Because I
but
physically
you're-
can't be a girl. I don't have breasts. I can't give babies.
but
If I took estrogen, sure, I may sound like a girl. I could possibly look like a girl. I'm not a girl. If I were to cut off my dick, I'm still not a girl.
Chevy, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Can I just tell you though that gender has nothing to do with your genitals? Like, I'm not even joking. It has nothing
Yes.
to do with it.
And
It's purely based on how you like present yourself. in like self-expression or how you think of yourself in personality. It's not like it's based on feminine and masculine traits. It's not based on like do you have a dick or do you have something else. It's basically like saying if you're a man and you're more feminine, like you're a femboy. Like it's something like that. It's just aligning with a trait. It's purely social too. So if you
Femboys are
if
just
how do I
dudes. Femboys are
how,
just dudes that didn't want to become trans. I'm be dead ass. That's how I look at it. It's kind of funny though.
but like if you are different, if you're like fuck, if you if you're like more feminine, Chevy, if you're more feminine, then you align differently on like the gender spectrum, or if you're like a different, like if you're also I'm a femboy, that isn't true. I've never gone close to being trans.
I
Um,
know one guy. I've had femboys try to turn me femboy. I don't know what the fuck their problem was, but
oh, that's cool.
really and truly, the way I look at femboys is just
It-
it's sarcastically funny. It's a joke, but
yeah.
if you're a feminine dude, that doesn't make you another gender or doesn't make you a femboy. Like if I like fucking dolls, I'm not a femboy. If if I like, I guess you could say female type games like fucking, let's say Dress to Impress, that doesn't make me a femboy or another gender. It just makes me like feminine things. Doesn't make me another gender.
Yeah, that's what it's about though. It's about how you portray yourself in traits. So if you like make yourself the traditional like feminine homemaker as a man, then that's you changing where you are on like the gender spectrum. That's purely what gender pertains to. That's what I'm saying. What you're saying is literally what gender is. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, okay. Tr- trans transgender has gender in it. Being trans is a gender, correct?
Yeah.
You can't be. Because being trans means you're something different than what you actually are.
No, but th- I, I, you're like, the issue is you're conflating sex and gender again. They're not saying I am sexually in sex, I am a woman. They're saying they align more with the traditional feminine traits that come with being a woman. So instead of saying like, I was born a woman, I have a pussy and shit like that, like saying that, they say I feel more like a woman than I do a man. I have this gender. I like long hair and wearing dresses. And honestly, I wish I was born a girl at birth. So I'm going to align that way with my traits. Like that's just what gender is. It has nothing to do with what you were born as.
That seems kind of, how do I say it,
Stupid.
no. Well, I mean, yeah, it's stupid, but it seems psychologically wrong. That seems like someone, you kind of have a mental problem. If you're born, if you want to be born a woman and you act like a woman, you're not a woman. You can't change that. Why act like it? Yeah, you might wanted to be born like that, but you can't change it. It's stupid.
Sorry, I was having some. I like again. I'm trying to get what you're saying, but again, like, dude, it all comes back. Like, I'm gonna make the same argument over and over again. And not even argument. I'm just defining the word. It just means that like your traits align with a specific like tradition. Like, imagine gender as male. Stay with me here. Imagine gender is like male and female. So at the left you have male, right? At the right you have female, right?
Yep.
So you can be purely okay. What if I go back to arguing with Spick over this? Spick,
Hey, it's back.
you you're not an animal just because you're an anthropomorphic animal.
Tell the Therians that.
Yeah,
I
I
fucking
think
hate
that's the
Therians with a passion. I think Therians are mentally disabled or mentally Or mental, if you know what I mean. You can't be another animal.
To be honest, fannies are just insane.
Yes.
Okay, Spick.
Oh, fuck! I grabbed my wheel. I forgot I'm still streaming this.
Yeah, base.
Thing is, though, is that transgenders try to change their sexuality. And when you try to change your sexuality, you can't.
No, that's not true. Spick. Okay, by the way, I wanted to ask you before we continue, would you consider even, no, okay, I'm not even gonna touch on that because that's retarded. Spick, would you consider a centaur to be a horse or a mermaid to be a fish? And if you say yes, I'll know to what degree you lie there.
I'm gonna touch in on this. I believe a mermaid is kind of a fish. It has fish. It's like a fish. It's a fish, just not a fish. If that makes sense.
It's a mythos. I don't care what. So is any fursona. That is a mythos too. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, persona is shit that. I'm not gonna say that. It makes me sound retarded.
No, because the fish trait, like mermaids have fins, and fins exist on tuna, so they must be fish, right? Because they're 1% of fish.
I will say this right now. In my opinion, the only people that defend furry porn are the ones that consume it. Might make me sound stupid, but
a mermaid has fins, and because of that 1%, it's a fish. Refute that, Stick. It is a fish. Okay, a mermaid is a fish in your mind. So let's go in based on that. No, it isn't. Okay. Okay. No, but it is though, because remember, 1% of an animal's traits in your head equates to an animal. So even if it's 1% an animal, it does. So a mermaid has some fish traits, right? It has scales, it has a tail, right? And it also has some human. Okay, so a fish. So a mermaid is a fish, right? So a mermaid is a fish. Okay. So I don't think, now that we've got that down, I don't think that you can say an animal trait, like a fur, a tail, or a muzzle, they're not necessary and they're not sufficient to be an animal. Some
yes, but when you
animals,
put all of them together,
no, it doesn't even then. Some animals don't have those traits, like whales don't have fur, right? No, wait, my bad. Some like creature, if it I don't know why I said that. I got confused. Plenty of non-animals can have what? Oh, you wait.
another thing is I could never possibly be a furry because I'm banned in like every fucking furry Discord server. A lot of it though is just for no reason.
Yeah, cool kid. Okay, it doesn't matter. Wait, I'm gonna speak specifically to Spick right now, so sorry if I ignore your things. So, Spick, If something has, your claim is that if something has any animal properties, even 1%, then it is an animal. And you don't mean you just mean an animal in general, right? Accurate. Okay, so I have an issue here. You are using is a is would you consider a robot dog with a wagging tail an animal because it has those traditional traits except for the fur?
No, because
No,
it's
but
not
it's
organic.
no, but yeah, a robot with those parts. Would you? No, but is a furry is a fucking anthropomorphic anthropomorphic like drawn art living? Is it living? In your head,
No,
is that thing? Well, I'm talking to Spick right
it's
now.
drawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda yes or no. Yes and no. Eh.
Who the fuck?
No,
Who the
no, but
fuck's mic is
Spick,
doing that?
Spick. No, dog also depicts a living creature.
I
It's
swear
trying
to
to
fucking
represent a
stick
dog.
my mic.
It's 1%. It has one trait of a dog, which is that it has the tail of a dog that wags when you use a remote to depict a dog. That doesn't mean it's an animal in category. It doesn't matter. Yes, a robot. It still has one trait, right?
I'm gonna mute him on my
Exactly.
end.
And it's just a drawing.
Okay, whose mic is doing that? Birth, can you mute your mic? Your mic is, fucking giving me cancer. It is doing some stupid shit. I don't know what it's doing,
Fucking
but it
fan
is.
is on dead man.
Okay. Anywho, this goes for anyone or neither. The reason a robot dog is not a dog is because it shares almost no fucking traits. It doesn't have actual fur. Its fur is it's not, none of it's, like you said, organic, or none of it's real. But the reason a furry is an animal is because it shares the same fur with an animal. It shares the same teeth with an animal. Yes, it has different bones, but a different bone structure doesn't make it not an animal. They're literally called anthropomorphic animals for a reason. That's what they're called.
Spick. So, the reason a robot dog is an animal here is because it has a wagging tail and it's to depict a dog. It's based on a living dog. No, it isn't. Tell me the difference between a furry. Okay, so tell me if a robot dog is made. Is it a robot dog based on a real living dog? Spick, is it? Does it
Yes.
have the four legs that a real dog has? Does it have the same
Yes.
wagging tail that a real dog has, Spick? No, don't say use your fucking brain. You've had your brain. Okay, so a drawing isn't alive, but it still depicts a real animal, right, in your head, even though it doesn't anthropomorphically. Okay, great. So here's the thing. A robot dog also depicts a real dog. No, it theoretically alive. No, it isn't. What? You are inventing terms to make. No, it isn't. Wait, okay. So you're saying it's theoretically alive in the drawing, and because of that,
The damn Terminator's just
it
guys.
equates to being an animal?
Well, dog, kinda.
He's not talking to us. I know.
Oh. I don't want to send an air truck to his house.
What?
Never mind. Hmm. To receive this, you need to earn.
I'm waiting for you to finish typing. What did you say?
I'm not buying it.
Okay, so you're saying that because it's theoretically alive in the drawing, that it would be that it would be equatable to an animal and the robot dog isn't because it's never even theoretically alive? Is that what you're saying? Accurate? Okay, finish typing and then I'll respond. Oh, okay, sorry, saw it. Okay, so, oh yeah, I don't think you can make this claim, again, because you never see this usable anywhere else in the world in any way. Like, steel with 0.8% carbon isn't carbon, it's steel. Drinks with under 0.5 alcohol by volume is legally non-alcoholic, even though it has alcohol in it. A candy with 1% cocoa isn't labeled chocolate. How is it? Okay, biologically, GMO corn that has a bacterial gene isn't bacteria, it's still corn, right? A virus with plant gene segments isn't a plant, it's a virus. Didn't I say it as different? What if a GMO corn has a bacterial gene that affects how it looks, but it's still corn? What do you mean, didn't I say it as different external features? It doesn't matter. Would you consider, like, piece of corn that had its genes changed so that it had a closer shape to bacteria, like shaped differently, but it was still corn at heart? Would you consider, would you fuck an anthro animal? What?
He's kind of common sense what he's asking.
No, it's not by my, yeah, it's not by my logic. I'm using your logic to show how retarded your logic is, because under your logic, a piece of GMO corn with a gene that affects its shape to look like a bacteria would make it a bacteria.
Technically isn't.
Yeah,
Still
I know,
corn.
because it's retarded.
Still edible.
It's still corn.
Corn is still edible.
Yeah, accurate. It's still corn. That's what I'm saying. So by that same logic, even though it's biological, I just used a biological example. So if you want to refute me, refute that statement under your own logic and try to make up some bullshit term to say it isn't true. But like, if you want to use your logic, then at this point, if you're saying that because an anthropomorphic animal has some percentage of its traits, you can't even eat that. Yeah, you can. What do you mean? When I say shaped like a bacteria, I mean it has the exact same bacterial trait. Like, it looks like bacteria. It's not as small as bacteria. It looks like bacteria, but it's not as small as bacteria, but has the trait of looking like bacteria, and it's at the same size as corn, and you can still eat it. It's still corn. Does that make it bacteria to you? Wait, that actually changes everything in the world. Is a moose with no antlers a female moose to you, even though it's a male moose? Yeah,
No,
that
it's
doesn't
still
even
male.
Yeah, Spick. Can you please answer these biological analogies?
But would you consider a female moose with, like, well, antlers a male moose? That correction head, you damn liberal.
God damn it, you goddamn liberal, I got you in my car. They shell it once in a while. Spick. Okay, so if you're basing your logic off of biology, if an anthropomorphic animal being 1% an animal, let's just go with the 1% analogy because that's what you said. If that makes it an animal because of biology and it's theoretically alive. No, it doesn't matter if it still has male body parts. Remember, the anthropomorphic animal still has the same anatomy as a human. It just has the ears and fur and shit added on. So if it still has male body parts, it doesn't matter. It's 1% a woman moose because it doesn't have antlers, and thus, under your logic, it's a female moose. Do you see how retarded what you're saying is?
Move out of the way.
Do you want to rework it? Let's rework your logic. Spick, do you want to concede that an anthropomorphic animal isn't actually an animal? And then we can get into the actual meat and bones of a real argument instead of you saying some retarded bullshit that doesn't work in a debate because it's fucking stupid and doesn't apply anywhere else in the world. And you also made up the term theoretically alive to make your retarded argument work as well. Like, I'm trying to comprehend you. I didn't get mad at Chevy because he was actually making arguments, but you're just making shit up. You refuse to have any sort of consistency in your logic. Yeah, Chevy's here. He's just playing a game.
Hey, blame BM.
Beam NG.
Beam NG,
I-
face fuck.
I'm stupid.
Beam NG, Nick.
Wait, Chevy, do you agree with me on his logic being
Well, I'm
retarded,
dead.
though?
I'm dead.
To a point. I don't want to make myself look like I don't support anti-furries because of course I am one. So.
Yeah, you're not going to, but you can just exercise the weird beliefs in the community too. Like you want furries to get rid of zoophiles in the community, just say like this is a stupid belief. Yeah, I think Spick's done. Spick, are you done? Also, why are you in a Discord debate on a school bus, dude? Where are you going to school? Are you in fucking Romania? Oh, that's great.
Oh shit, Tom. Sup, Tom?
We're
Oh, by the way, Chevy, this took up a lot of my time for working, so I can't do this except for on the weekends ever again, so don't let me.
I'm watching Pacific
Alright.
Rim.
To share,
Oh,
yeah,
nice. Hey, is it good?
Sick.
Well,
Yeah.
they all really good.
Oh, Spick, are you
Really
done?
good.
I'm playing War Thunder right now, Tom.
W. Yo,
I won
Chevy,
like 2
Yep.
games.
join him. You guys can suffer together.
I'm playing Beam NG.
Well,
Huh?
let them play the driving game, alright?
Are we just simply skipping over the fact that this is supposed to be a debate, not playing games? Which I just said I wanted to share footage. Never mind. Ignore me.
God damn, you've the deepest voice. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I felt.
Apologize.
No.
Okay, what's happening?
Wrong soundboard. He said.
He's debating the furry at the moment, Chev. Also, this is Tom. Ethan, this is Tom.
You
Tom,
sound
this is Ethan.
British.
He's Australian.
Oh, you're Australian. It's basically
Yeah,
the
this
same.
this guy's from the hellhole of California.
I love California, my favorite place.
Bro, it fucking sucks. The
California,
cost of
let's
living.
go. We
Bro,
should move to Denver.
Bro, look how
Go Kings, go Rams, go Lakers.
Look how Gavin Newsom has made the price of living in fucking California go to shit, bro. It's always been high, but I mean, damn, bro, Gavin Newsom's gonna be fucking wild. And
It's not Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, we're gonna lose this one, bro.
It's
It's
Gavin.
our population.
It's-
It's our population.
It's Gavin Newscum, not Gavin Newsom.
Real. Okay.
Let's go.
Spick
It
wants
seems
to
peace
type
has
in.
been made. Everyone is just saying random crap now. Yay.
You sound like that one
Yeah.
fucking AI dude. I don't remember what his name is.
I'm not an AI, Ben. No.
Say the N word.
I know. You sound. You know the.
I
You know the
I
fucking
don't even
narrator for
smoke.
Aesop's
Right.
Fable.
Yes.
You know the narrator for Aesop's Fable. He sounds
No.
exactly.
Someone
He
else
sounds
tried.
like
That
he'd
sucked.
narrate
That's
the
a
turtle
funny-
and the hare.
Well, I have to go to bed anyway. That sucks.
Finally, this Whipple is gone! Yay!
He came and went.
I'm pretty sure he's still here.
Yay.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah,
Actually,
shimmy, yeah,
has
shimmy,
anyone
yeah.
done the actual No.
La 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 la.
God damn it.
Your voice is fucking comedy. I need you to say. I need to get you to
Continue
say
that.
so many things. Say like a
This guy-
Ford. Say a Ford commercial.
Fuck
Say-
you, Baltimore.
Say you say you built Ford tough for me.
Oh my god, he sounds like the fucking guy who's in. Big ass on take on it. What's the fucking go away? We're all down south to Dixie.
Ford.
Away.
I
Go
love that
away.
song. We're moving
Oh,
south to Dixie, hooray,
He sounds
hooray.
like the voice.
Down south to
No.
Dixie.
Oh, way down south in the land of traitors.
The one
Rattlesnakes and alligators, right away, right away, right away,
way,
Dixieland.
No way we. Oh, sorry. I don't
We
know.
lost.
The entire yes, we have. I'm just having fun now. Ooh.
Yay!
apologize.
I'm going to upgrade the tank I don't even use anymore. Why the fuck can I even go out of this shit? I don't wanna upgrade this.
Is it working? I don't.
I can't believe I'm towing a fucking vehicle on stream right now. I have a feeling my audience is so fucking bored.
Yes, we are all very bored. I'm watching this stream right now. I have it muted.
Say
I
built
saw
Ford.
you playing BMG. I wanted to play a game too.
Say built Ford tough, motherfucker.
Built Ford tough.
You sound like a fucking AI. I know you're not, but you sound like a fucking AI. It's actually really funny.
I can sound like a lot of voices. 1 second. I can sound like a lot of voices. Very nice.
It's like that one. What's that one country balls, dude?
I don't know.
You sound kind of like that one country balls, dude. I don't know why.
I think I can do.
I want this guy to say every fucking slur in the book for some reason. You do very good at it.
Bring back slavery.
We've been oppressed by these N-words for too long. Which one am I supposed to go? Wait, no, I'm supposed to go.
This debate. It is now officially. I don't know
Yeah,
what this is.
I think the debate's over right now.
You
I
should,
have to
like,
recoup. I
I'm
have to
texting
recoup and do
Spick-
some more research. So
Yeah, I'm texting Spick in chat because he's a retard. Oh my god, you're fucking stupid. Jesus Christ. Just stop going to school. There's no point. There's no saving you.
What's he yapping about?
He's saying he's like making an idea up in his head. Wait, hold on. No, you're still retarded.
I don't wait. I need to read this to understand the lore.
No, it's because he's saying if an I'll recoup it. If he's saying if an anthropomorphic animal, which he calls a theoretically living being in drawings, is 1% an animal, then it's entirely an animal.
Oh yes.
Yes, Vic.
Why
working
texture
great.
packs?
Tell me how a tell me how a female moose. Wait, tell me how a male moose isn't a female moose if it has no antlers.
I think it'd be really simple to determine what like a male or a female is.
Yeah, but the
I
issue
mean,
is that's not the logic he's using, and that's why I'm calling him stupid. No, but remember, it's 1% a female moose. It has one trait of a female moose, thus it's a female moose.
That seems kind of dumb.
It does, because he's retarded.
well, guys, let's not bully my members.
Well, why the fuck are there like so many like premium pack are like over $100?
Because it's fucking War Thunder. You gotta worship the guys in snow.
Explain how I'm not thinking in it.
I'm not gonna
correctly.
spend $100.